Ah, ah, ah. WD na naman. Galaban kaya this time? Wala pa rin siguro. So, ang tawag dito? Let me do this. Ah, ah, ah. Ah, ah, ah. Tensya na. Oy, chichi. Kaya na kaya ng kamay ko humawak ng mouse? Hindi pa rin nata. Yo, yo, yo! Yo, what's up sa inyo mga kaibigan? So, magda-WD na naman. WD! Oh, oh, oh! So, dahil dyan, maglilinis muna tayo ng storage. Oh, oh, oh! Storage. Ay, di pa pala ako nakakabili ng ano. Minsan, hindi ko maiwasang isipin ka nga ang lalo na kapag nag-iisa nga ang okay ko, punta ako sa Alchemy. Guys, bilhin nyo to araw-araw, everyday, okay. Ito, araw-araw to dapat. Wala kang i-mintes dito, bibili nyo to araw-araw. Para marami more chances of winning. Oh shit. Transfigure. Ina mo. Tatlong green. I don't care about green. Ito pa. Tangina pa makakit yung stats. Dalawang green. Hayop na buhay yan. Okay lang. Sige, pagbigyan. Nag-iisa. Nantanananan. Nangyari. Ano na kayang balita sa iyo? Napakamalas. Bigyan mo naman ako ng 4 or 3 lang mga kaibigan. Malas ah. So since malas ang ano natin, mabawasan tayo ng stats pero okay lang. Dahil, ganun talaga ang 40. Pa-invite post, Discord.dampyo. Kaya lang live lang din natin dito sa ano. World Dungeon. World to Dungeon. So guys, available pa ang ating ano lang Wait ka lang Play start. Hey friend, mag-live ka na friend. I need, okay. Go live. Go live! Go live na tayo on both Facebook and WD na naman mga kaibigan. Woo! WD na naman. So for the it's raining. Rainy season is coming. Or it's already here. Sana naman. Sana naman ang pangarap ay makamit lahat sa tuwina Ikaw ang kasama, tayong dalawa ay sana, sana. Habang aking dambi-dambi. Magandang bini-bini, nakangiti, may mga mata. Sinangan ng nanay makinanang at makasama, Sutina, ikaw nagawa mo. So, ayun mga friends. Currently, I'm AFK muna. Mag-aayos lang ng ng alt. Oh shit. Oh shit. Ha? Nakangiti, sumunod aking mga mata. Nanginata sana'y makasama kasama. Sana lahat ng adik ay na ikaw ang kasama, tayong dalawa ay mahanap sana. Lang guys wait lang mga kaibigan. Oh shit, kala ko yan. Ay puta na. Abot pa ba? Ay tapos na, wala na, di na aabot kaibigan. Di na receive ng alt ko yung tangina. Limutan ko, sobrang katamaran kasi. Ba't kasi mag-quest eh? Ay nako, buhay. Buhay ah. Ay, di ko pa pala bibigay yung yung 3 crows guys ni Boss JF. Wait lang busy person kasi. Punta tayo muna sa lang. May insignia pa ba to? Punta tayo sa Alchemy. Bili mo tong 3. Punta ka sa Guild Merchant. Wait lang. Yo, what's up sa mga kaibigan natin dyan? Magandang gabi sa inyo. Magandang gabi. Maganda nga ba ang inyong gabi? Kasi kung hindi, hindi. Ang gagawin natin. Outrage. Para saan ba tayong outrage? Kapan sa okay? I don't care. Hmm. Mhm. 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 Ars. May mabait bang Meron naman siguro magka-crop nito, no? 1, 2. Naway may mag-crop. Naway may mag-crop. Huwag niyong pagdamutan. Mali. Pupunta muna tayo sa storage. Okay. So, ayan guys. Double din na naman on 6 minutes. Wait lang. May ko. Nangalay Si Mariang Palad. Dito ka nakatambay Ang ina mo, nang tingin talaga kita, ayop ka. Ilan na yung natin dito sa alt? 7. Kunin mo lang. Haha. Haha. Sana lahat ng adik ay nako, ano ba unahin ko dito sa karakter na to? Ito muna. Discords. So ayan guys, what's up? Wonderful, I think by man. Okay, was. Ngayon lang ang nabasa. Ano yan? May days lang. Every first week ng buwan. Tapos, first 100 lang ang nabibigyan. Wait lang ha. Wait lang mga kaibigan. At tayo nag-aayos pa ng ano. Sana lahat ng pangarap ay makamit lahat sa tuwing na ikaw ang kasama. Sheesh! Kanta pa nga. O, EFK ka muna dyan. So, what is happening right now? So, 3 more minutes guys bago tayo wala pa rin sweldo. Wala pa rin sweldo. Ay. Palit tayo ng ano. Yabay. Teka. Lahat ang may nag-ano na ba? May nagsasalita na ba? Wala pa. 3 more minutes, mga kaibigan. Maalas naman nung ano, nakakainis. Bawas na naman tayo. Minus
3 minutes.
Minus 500 na naman. Lahat ay kasama, tayong dalawa ay mahal sana. Huwag mahiyang magbigay kung may extrang seeds ka ba. Ay go. 2 minutes more. So, Valor Farm muna tayo agad. Valor Farm. Weekly rin ba yung ano? Wait lang. Party. Wala ba tayong party dyan? Minus 3. Guild. Ito, kailangan ko na to. Bibiling ko na. Ito ang pag-iipunan ko. Ay, yung basic na ano na yan. Oo nga, ano? Weekly 5. Sayang, no? Bali talaga yung mga diskarte ko sa buhay. Bumili pa ako na itong Ruby Compass ang puta. Wala kwenta ang puta. Dahil pamurahin ng konti yan. Nakakainis. Mahal-mahal. Tas ano, ang hirap i-ups. Pukin ng inang yan. Betlog. Ito, saka na yung propel. Puro higher seal muna tayo. Kada makakuha tayo ng ano. Enter na daw. Enter na? Enter na.
Enter guys, enter. Let's go.
Uy, world dyan. Let's
Rinig
go.
ako. Guys, blessed Sunday sa lahat. Nawal
minus 2.
Okay, nawal na tayo ng legend.
Ano
Kung
tayo?
walang kalaban, for the first 17 minutes, go farm first Valor. Hanap na kayo ng spot niya. Huwag kayo mag-EFK guys ha. Again, huwag mag-EFK. Hindi naman ako naghihigpit, pero sana tumulong tayo pag may mini boss.
So, ayan guys, magpa-farm muna ako. Mahala muna kayo sa buhay nyo. I'll be farming for myself muna. Tayo kay Daiki. Si boss. Uy, ang laki ng damage ko. Pag na-stun. Pag na-stun ka na ito.
Lang ako magpapan.
Pag na-stun ka na ito, warak yung
So, sa insang ka
ulo mo.
magpa-farm? 58 ba? Pasama ako. Sige, 61 na nga ako. Sama na. Sama ako sa inyo.
So, what's up muna tayo dito. What's up? May iupon pa ako. Pusin nyo na. Uy, kakapasok lang na, no? Swerte, oh. Ay, hindi. Sa ano pala yan? Sa 2. So, ayan. What's up sa inyo, ah? Coach, ano caption nito? Wala ka idea. IG, TikTok, post, FB, hindi. Ano ba yan? Activity for choreo. So what's up, magandang gabi. Let's farm. Currently magkano na tayo. Kailangan ko bumili ng ano, pampabilis ng attack speed para ano, mabilis tayong makapag-farm. Bili ako saglit. Wait lang mga kaibigan, isihan mo lang. Bibili lang ako, mabilis lang daw. Swerte naman ng mga nakakapulot ng magagandang bagay dyan. Sana alls. 100. Tayo ulit ng WD, let's farm! Ako'y mag tayo doon kay ano. Ay, ito tayo. Hanap tayo ng walang matilok. Diyo ka nang may katabing ka-party. Dito na lang tayo. Dito na lang tayo. Dito na lang tayo. Ay, di. So, ano dito? Delete ang chance natin makapulot. Tayo. Uy, may nabenta. What is this? Sila ano. Ay, nako. Buhay. Wala pang nagsha-shopping na ano mayaman . So guys, relax farm lang tayo, coach. Wala po talaga. Ako kababawa na reason ng puta. Wala daw Gcash sa kanila. Ay nako. Ay, ewan ko ba. Panahon ngayon guys, Sa panahon ngayon guys, sa tingin nyo ba, meron pa bang lugar na hindi ka makakahanap ng GCash? I don't think so na may ganong lugar pa. So napaka-nonsense na ano. Ay, Diyos ko. Grabe naman, nakapulot pa. So, ayun, relax farming lang guys. Since relax farming lang tayo, magano lang muna tayo. Load muna tayo. Wala naman tayong ginagawa eh. Ngayon lang, hindi na mapalagay. Paminsan-minsan nga ang wala akong ma-maintain guys yung rankings ko. Testing lang, no? Oh. Hira pa tong ano ko dahil sa ginagawa mo eh. Ah. Uy, natanggal yung ano natin mga kaibigan. Shit, wait lang. Uy, may lumilipad ni. Powerful ah. Uy, sa likod mo. Ay! Ina. Lumipad. Ayun. Ina mo. Naka. Parak ka, gago pa. Mali ka ng pinasok na bahay, boy. Mali ka ng pinasok na bahay, boy. Ilipad-lipad ka pa. Ay.
Three minutes. Max, patake ng command. Naghang yung PC ko. Kailangan ko na ata tupaklin na.
Upgrade ka na, Dol.
Kailangan ko lang tupaklinin. Jo, naka-livestream
Wait lang kasi may bibili ng kwan eh.
Hindi na ako magla-livestream, okay na yan. One minute guys ah. Scout na kayo guys. Palagin na ako. Anim pa party. Scout na tayo, scout na.
Ano yung bagong account niya?
Mini sa akin. Sa Union Pin. Guys. Huwag kayong mag-pin ng marami guys. Lakas ng ulan dito. Kakasabi ko lang, huwag mag-pin ng marami. Move to Sean. Sean. Sean muna tayo. Sila Sean muna. Para mabilis ma-take down.
Doon na lang kay Mau Sara, para madami naman kami dito eh.
Hindi, sige. Ano na rin to, nandito na kami. Nilakad lang kasi namin. Next natin, TP tayo ng ng baba sa Watchtower of Shield sa pin ni Juliver.
Juliver.
Okay, go guys. TP tayo, Watchtower. Ano tong mga to? Alay ba to? Hindi to ata alay ah. Kill, hindi alay yan. Nakilogo lang yan. Huwag niyong pag mini boss. Sorry guys. Mamaya na yung later na yung PK. Focus muna tayo sa mini boss. Salamat, Zanya. Sorry guys, medyo yung ulan kung naririnig niyo sa voice. Papin ako, ayan, kay Ain tayo next, pin na. Kay Autorius tayo. Kay Autorius tayo next pin. Go, go, go. Autorius pin, Autorius pin. Next mini boss after nito. Andito kami ngayon. May mini boss pa bang iba? May minibus pa ba guys? Papin? Hanap muna ulit. Saan ba yun kay X-Mau? Saan yung kay X-Mau?
Down na, Sarah, down na.
Hanap na tayo ng iba. Pagka wala na tayong okay. Tayo ulit. Mga okay, go. Papin. Ah, 61 right side. Over right. May self muna dito. Okay, farm na. Nandiyan ka ba sa amin? Dito. Amin.
Ang ano.
1 minute. Scout pa guys. Scout na ako. It's wala akong marapat. Yung mic. Watch power up. So guys, tayo yung mas parang marami tayo. yan. Parang di ko papan. Ah, yan ba? Paling ka.
Oh, yun o.
Nice one. Yan. Tara, hanap tayo ulit. Kaya. Pag na, all ano. Para makapag-pick. Kaya laro. Mga hindi tama sa paano lang. Fighting sila. Ano lang.
Okay, hippie pa, buhay. Okay.
Kapag ano na kayo ate? Ito guys. Mamaya. Mga ano.
Ay, yan na naman eh.
Ay, ito.
Oh, clog sambot.
Walang panagan.
Yes. Ay, siya lang, patay nila. Oh, gosh.
Kayo. Hawaii. Oh, okay. Okay na ako. So, ako guys. Kung may mga white things, Sabi niya, "Hoy, ay, para punta ako wag para makita lang." Sige, Sam.
Focus kills ba tayo? Baba ng farm ng pack na lang. Patay. Pangambo ito. Tago tapos. Patay yung pack. Ay, puto naiipit ang galing. Patay pa rin. 1-1. Ewan. Patay. Buhay. Oh shit, yung Visage eh. Parang bad ang lineup nila.
Puntahan.
GG yung likod dito. Parang bata ang lineup ng GG. Ang sakit ng lineup ng ano, ng GG. Yung ano. Patay. GG sila. Wala, patay yan. Napakad ang lineup ng liquids. Liquids na. Liquid.
Dito
Ay. Skill, ganun lang, gank lang. Isa pa. Kaya na, day ka. Oo, nahuli ka. Uy, puto, ay na, mabawi. Sag. So, ganun lang, gank lang, no? No. Ano, side-side ang CK eh. Palakas yung CK tapos kayo yan. Uy, nakalabas. Galing ng Tuskar, gago. Ang galing mo, ayun na mo yun. Ayun na mo. Gago kayo. Tangin na. Pero sakit talaga yung CK man. Dalawa, Hit Lord. Tangin na, nauubos sila man. Dahil doon sa ginawa nung ano, dahil task Tuskar, gago, galing ng Tuskar. Gago yung Tuskar, putang ina mo. Yung Tuskar yung ano, gago. Ito. Tangin na mo, ang galing na save nun, gago. Ang galing sa crush ng Liquid, man. Live ko kaya muna yung Dota 2, no? Wala kwenta, mag-live muna tayo guys ng ano. Dota 2 muna yung live natin ngayon. Tamad ako. Lipat muna tayo. Ito muna tayo. Ito tayo. Ang galing ng ano.
Gaming Gladiators is looking back at them.
He's got a lasso in 2 seconds here.
Sofa's tempted to go to see if he can get any sort of catch off to the side of the Fiend's Gate. It's coming in. Duracho. It's just completely caught alone there. It looks like some sort of attempt there for Gaming Gladiators to try and pincer in Liquid, but Liquid just ends up catching Duracho alone. There's nobody by his side. A Fiend's Gate was laid down, but they weren't going to be able to get to him in time to help out.
They're still looking for the fight. Ace actually goes through this portal. Ace?
Alright, he's pretty tanky. I mean, but they might find the setup here if Boxy can get the angle. See how much they want to try and chase for this Liquid. Ace into the trees. Sharks will find him. I mean, slowly but surely, Liquid, they're surrounding him. Gaming Gladiators are coming in from the side, and maybe it's a bit of a bait. Ace, is it a successful bait or is it a mistake? He's going to try and push him forward, but Liquid, they can turn, bring in the damage to bring down Ace. The coil is there. Liquid, they're tearing them apart here. Quinn trying to run just back in off to the side. The orb comes out for Nisha, takes him out. Sprout catches Celery. Liquid.
They're just winning all these fights now.
They really are.
Items. They've got the entire group up, and now this tower is in trouble. They've got a glyph. Beautiful fights coming out. Boxy in particular tanking up, being able to get these beautiful shards to start it off. And honestly, Ace, he kind of just delivered himself a little bit there.
I mean, that's why I felt that maybe this was going to be like a calculated bait by him. But you're going through the gate, Liquid, they just turn, chase him down. And at the end of the day, he only ends up baiting his own team into a fight that goes horrifically.
And look at another aura, full Shivas for 33. Massive to be able to counteract a lot of this healing, but also just be able to stop these heroes from kind of bursting him down at all. He's 7-0 and 7 on this visage now.
See it again, as you say, now Boxy knowing exactly where to find Ace in the tree line. Gaming Gladiators, they really try and rally around their Underlord at this point, but at that stage he's too low.
The coil catches literally everybody all clumped up.
Ang daming disabled
He's made
nung
the full
ano eh.
recovery from that early game. It's a distant memory now. And he does have his defensive force staff. They have the Ghost Scepter on the Shadow Demons. They've got the answers now to be able to protect themselves versus this Ricky, who now has just died a couple times in a row.
A smile's coming out there from Nisha. It's got to feel pretty good having the impact that he's having now in these fights after such a tough start off the back of the laning stage. Needs to calm down a bit again. Gaming Gladiators, they claim their Tormentor.
They're playing to their strength though, and it is daytime, so that Roche potentially an option here for Liquid if they want to group up and go for it now that they have this great way to team fight, great way to keep these lanes in an aggressive position too. Gaming has to be careful about these next few moments. They cannot make another mistake like that versus Liquid, or it's going to be difficult to recover. They literally hand-delivered Dyrachyo in that fight and also aped afterwards. They're going to go for this Roshan. It's tough to contest this one. Not going to make it in time.
Smoke coming out from Gaming Gladiators. They're going to look to try and swing across towards the mid, but indeed with the movements from Nisha over towards Roshan and the rest of his team, unlikely that they actually get a catch here. They could look to continue to swing down and maybe try and fight post Aegis, but that would be a risky call to make.
Yeah, especially at this point now that Dyrachyo is not nearly as farmed as this Nature's Prophet, and Mickey is massive. 4,000 difference between him and that CK.
That's sort of the cleanup that he's been enabled to have in the last few fights. It's massively propelled him ahead.
Absolutely. And also, I mean, Quinn, he does have his Aghanims finished, but that shard has been delayed a lot. We saw a couple saves come out that he maybe could have
go move to
gone down the route
your
of going
spots.
for it.
Pwede na kayo mag-farm. Kung may
Maybe
mini
even an
boss,
error
go
because
lang.
he wanted to go for this type of scaling rather than just being able to match the pressure of Liquid, not having that shard to stop these saves. And Liquid now with this momentum, they're on the high ground. These towers drop very fast. They're out of cliff.
Well, let's see how much they can push
May
it.
slot kayo.
They've got the Aegis ready, of course, and Mickey's ready to frontline. Gladiators, they have got lasso potential to try and punish overextensions. Tier 3's gone.
Who used the cliff there? That tower's just gone. They don't have it for these racks.
That's the dream coil from Nisha. Okay, you've got to only imagine the Liquid want to try and go for more. Mickey's actually going to back off and start dealing with the top, but of course teleportation will be at the ready if they want to go for round 2 here on the bottom lane.
They can always look to re-go. Gaming has to be careful how far they step out here. The Orchid is ready on Dyrachyo for that extra catch for Nisha. They should have identified that one. They should see it. But they do have multiple ways to bail Nisha out if he does get caught even from one of these extra silences. Yeah, Gaming trapped in their base with 5 for a second there. You see that gold start to quickly swing even more. Mickey is just going to keep growing, and the CK's not be able to get outside the map in a similar fashion.
Yeah, Mickey about halfway towards the BKB and still having what, the 3.5 minutes on the Aegis. Very likely he's going to have that window where he'll have both BKB and Aegis to try and push forward and look to take a set of racks away from Gaming Gladiators.
And Liquid playing it very smart. They're just sweeping across toward the map, not giving them an opportunity to look for this Nature's Prophet to find some type of kill. Quinn now will have that shard finished, so that extra minus armor, the prevention of any of these saves that can come out on that smokescreen target, maybe Gaming's gonna look to make a move off of that. If they can lasso somebody, catch them inside of that one, they could get some type of these kills if they find Liquid a bit split up here.
It depends how sort of far Quinn wants to delve into Liquid's half of the map.
It is scary.
It's very spooky right now. They have limited, if any, vision on Liquid's side.
And look at how they're playing as well, too. The two supports on the side of Liquid. You see Boxy is playing near the puck, and you see the Shadow Demon is playing near the Nature's Prophet. So they have a guaranteed way to kind of bail out. Even though there is this shard, of course, on this Ricky, they're preparing for this next move that could come out of Gaming.
With the D-Ward occurring, Liquid definitely going to expect that there could be a high chance that Gaming Gladiators are looking for something around this area. And they're playing incredibly defensive, Liquid. Just waiting, sensing if Gaming Gladiators do try and lead the charge here with Quinn.
Hey, they're just playing smart. They're sitting on top of a sentry. So if Quinn does walk up too far, could just get burst down instantly if he gets called from a coil.
Looks like Quinn knows, playing to the edge of the map.
Sneaky, sneaky. Will clear the wave, does show himself for a second. The dust, not quite in range.
They're not going to quite clip him. Quinn playing perfectly sneaky. Did the damage output stepping up here. That's a full Parasma now on Nisha.
Just steps up the aggression. Feels like he doesn't need to have that defense anymore. He is very tanky with the Pupil's Gift. It is a 2,500 HP bug.
I mean, Liquid's ready to go. If he can get the catch it, Quinn turns to the smoke screen. Force for Nisha. Able to jump forward, get the dream call. One of the two of them. A beautiful setup there comes in from Nisha. The Fiends game will come in and steps turn things around, but Quinn's already gone. Celery's going to get left behind. line. Gaming Gladiators
Kasi
cannot fight Liquid right now. And now beyond the tier 2, they may just find Ace on top of it all. They get the silence, the shard trap from Boxy. They'll find a third Liquid.
They can go high ground again. There's still not that glyph available. They can start threatening this. I mean, they can start threatening Rax and maybe even threatening the close-up of this game. Gaming, they cannot contest this group up.
This is going to be such a strong push. A minute left on the Aegis. A full BKB coming out from Mickey.
And these Rax are dead. The birds plus this tree, it just dies in a heartbeat.
And they can look for more. They'll take the top set, they're ready to swing across over towards the mid here, Liquid.
It feels like they've probably done it here. I mean, still 20 seconds for the Underlord, the one who can de-push. The glyph is popped, but they're sending treants even down toward bottom.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere, Liquid.
They're like, oh, Gaben, you like to play with your 25-minute timings? Well, so do we. 26 minutes. They're looking to potentially close this out here.
They've really sort of turned the game on its head if you consider what we were seeing in the first 10 minutes of this one. Liquid hitting back harder than ever here. Duraccio's going to try and start some action, but the BKB comes down for 33. Illusions will remain on 33, and they have the lassos while dragging in the visage. 33, is there going to be any sort of save for him? There is not. 33 will fall.
Can they chase for more?
They need more Gaming Gladiators.
Oh, nice.
Huli mo.
See what they can find.
Palag,
The Sprout trying to get out of this.
Nakainiwan yung ano, Bitlord, gago.
The Dream Call catching
CK?
them all. Ace, he's out. Has the buyback available if he wants to consider it. Gaming Gladiators trying to find Boxy in return. Jump forward for Quinn, but he's caught by the silence. Trying to get away from Anisha too much. Quinn goes down.
They tried to chase to get some kills, but Duraccio was stuck in shards for the entire duration for it. While Ace was going down, he couldn't help his buddy. Liquid continue to play strong.
The silence, but Nisha's trusting in Insania. Insania, he'll have the save or the offensive disruption when needed. Gives Nisha the chance to continue to play and live. He all comes in. In fact, Nisha, he jumps in. He's got no fear right now. Mickey steps forward, gets the drag back here. Duraccio, he turns towards Mickey. He's going to catch on to Mickey. Mickey's getting torn apart by the illusion. Mickey's dead. Duraccio will fall in return. The buyback's going to come out from Quinn. Gaming Gladiators and Quinn, he knows he's got to look for whatever chance he can to punish back on the Liquid. Tries to make a jump over towards it, but Mickey also in with the buyback. The smoke screen's down. Quinn, he fight for this. He's out for 75 seconds.
They're looking the buyback from Mickey, and Quinn's gone. This is likely Megas. Can Ace hold on to it? They've got a buyback from Duraccio. Liquid, will they respect that?
I mean, that's the question. How confident do Liquid play? Yes, they know there's no Quinn for a minute. It's 5v4. How much can they take? Liquid.
Tofu waiting in the wings, looking for a lasso target.
Still being very careful indeed, respecting the catch from Bat.
It's just tough because the double saves. Mickey, he's at the ready. His BKB's up in 4 seconds.
It's the mid-rack's gone. Liquid.
Final set.
Tick off another objective, and they're ready to keep it going. 30 seconds, they know there's no Quinn.
It dies so fast. They gotta look to go on the side of game, and they can't just watch these racks go the Megas.
Tofu is gonna try with the grab, but the disruption comes in immediately. They tried desperately to get
Hindi makapasok yung CK.
The hand of God comes out, but it won't save Ace. Ace, he's out. He has buyback available. Duraccio tries to sneak back to the safety of the fountain. He'll get back. But the racks are gone. Liquid and claim the Mega creeps.
29 minutes Megas. Good luck coming back from that one versus this type of lineup. And I don't think
yung
Liquid's
CK
gonna look to get out the pace.
dyan
They still got 30 seconds to keep the push going.
They know that they can get so much done
They
here.
call it.
Oh, they do. GG is called Liquid. I mean, what a phenomenal game one. Considering what happened in the opening moments and in some of those lanes, when they started to turn it, Liquid, there was no looking back, folks.
I think they really started to identify quite quickly, I mean, it was pretty much all around that bottom fight, that they needed to just have the numbers at the ready. When they started GP reacting with multiple heroes, that's when it was a bit of a problem, because Gaiman was getting these number advantages. But that time, they had Boxy. You see the man on your screen right there.
I gotta say, yeah.
The Drinking Buddies pulls, resets the fight, and then the dive. You can see Gaming trying to push forward for it, but multiple different saves coming out from him with the snowballs, Drinking Buddies, shards, etc. That was beautiful for Liquid.
Hey, incredible stuff across the board. Boxy and Insania with the saves. In a game against a Ricky that was getting kind of out of control those opening minutes, it didn't matter. They still found the chance to get these incredible saves occurring. The damage out from 33 and Mickey and Nisha making quite the comeback story that game on his puck. What a game one. Liquid, they'll take the first of this best of 5.
Woo! Game one of the
this best of 5 goes the way of Team Liquid. A lot to break down with this one, and I want to start with the double support duo coming out from Team Liquid. T-Gov, it was a stellar performance.
No, just the moves that are making the saves again. Shadow Demon, he is one of the supports of the tournaments, right? If you have the positioning, you keep finding the save, you push them forward. But Liquid in this game, it was incredible. They're under so much pressure. A couple key fights, the turnaround, and they just, obliterated gaming so quickly. It feels like it was like one tier 1 fight into there is no map for gaming to play.
I mean, Gaimin played a really incredible early game. I love to see the hyper aggression coming out of both teams. They really took advantage of their defusal, Ricky timing, hunting for Furion deep in the jungle, killing Puck a few times over and over again. But this fight here is where this game was entirely different, and we saw the power of Tusk here. He actually tag team pulled out Nisha's Puck from that smoke cloud, making it so that he was alive for long enough to cast the coil later on here, which is where they got the turnaround fight. And then we just saw all of the damage coming out through Visage's Soul Assumption, through Mike on his Nature's Prophet, who was joining every single fight as early as he could. It was just beautifully played.
They needed all the auras early on so they can take the fights. Visage, he's getting all the money in the world. If you look at the network chart, he's always top 3, top 2 here already. Some really nicely placed shards from Boxy. He's playing out of his mind. This drinking buddy is pretty much acting as the force staff, and you can also use it on birds, so the birds go pretty much every single fight. And the coil has been something that they didn't have any tools to deal with, because Ricky, yeah, he's annoying, but the problem always was with the hero that how do you get to your BKB timing? Like, sure, you're having a good time, you solo kill him in the mid lane, but after that, you can feel him suffer. And itemization-wise, they were really on point for Team Liquid. This force tap on Puck forces out of the cloud, knowing that he needs to itemize for himself. Ricky had the shard at that moment, so others can't really use any of the abilities, and after that, the game was pretty much done so.
Yeah, and Liquid identified that after that fight, the game was theirs. They made a beautiful play where they cut off Duraccio trying to join his team in the triangle, killed him first. They snowballed off of that, and they realized that this was their game at that point. All they had to do was bring their heroes together, place some sentries, and there's nothing Gaimin could do. That is the issue with Ricky. While he is very snowbally, he's also very reverse snowbally, because once you've itemized against him and his net worth is low, there's really not that much he can do. And we also saw the power of Tusk not just as the pseudo save, as the pseudo force staff, but the tag team, the Drinking Buddies damage on the Prophet. He was out DPSing the Crimson Guard on Underlord. Underlord looked so squishy in this game.
And it was a slippery slope for gaming, right? When you have Ricky and CK as your position 1 and 2, if you're not finding pickups on the map, if you're not dictating the pace of the game, your enemy balls up, you can't find pickups because they're always fine. I think that's where Liquid, they identified that very quickly as it hit kind of like the 20-minute mark, and then, sure, Quinn might have some laning advantage, Duraccio might have an early Orchid, but that's all they've got. They're hoping for a pick. It felt like the last 10 minutes of the game was just Liquid sweeping through the map, finding whoever they want, and Gaimin was never really in position to utilize the blink for the bat, the jump of a CK, and again, it's testament to Liquid. They itemize, they identify a window when they want to break their opponent, and they did it so swiftly.
Yeah, and we knew that Gaming was ahead at like minute 15. But Lacoste, was their plan to be even further ahead? Where did they fall with their plan?
I saw Tofu diving through 4 towers 8 minutes in, so they wanted to play this hyper-aggressive, which I don't really mind. I think this is how you need to strike back against Team Liquid. But the problem was, I'm going to go back to Ricky. This is super strong hero, but that's why everybody practiced it. But it has some of the flaws still where you're unable, like if you get focused down. And I also want to highlight the Shiva's Guard, the Bongo Boots, the Boots of Bearing from Visage. I think this is the key moment as well for the game. You're playing against CK, so you want to slow down his illusions. You really never felt those illusions dealing damage, fighting into all of that. And I said during the draft, they don't have the Shiva's hero. You know what Visage does? Buys Shiva's as the second item, buying all these small items to be on top of the network pretty much. Bracer, Null Talisman, Boots of Bearing, so they can strike back. He understands that they need any kind of item they can have early on to punch back, because they are playing so fast on game in the first 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, and you see the items that 33 has. I think, strategically, I think Gaming coming into this game 1, they put such a large target on Nisha's back. They wanted to shut him down. They wanted to kill him very early, try and prevent him from having a game, that they kind of forgot about applying the pressure to Mike or to 33, right? Like Nisha, he doesn't die too often in series, right? Like when you think about like the previous run in playoffs, like he's been like the unkillable mid laner because people focus other, the strategies of 33 in the early game, but coming into this one, Nisha, in the last 6 playoff games, totaling, he only has 10 deaths. The fact that he's died 4 times in a single game shows that Gaming wanted to shut him down. But maybe going into game 2, they're thinking, wait a second, we're wasting too many resources killing the mid lane. 33's hit, like Lacoste was mentioning, the Boots of Bearing, the Shivas, Mickey's got the Gleipnir, the BKB. I think Gaming maybe have a misread on who they need to shut down, because it doesn't matter if Nisha dies 4 times, nearly 50% of the entire playoffs run, you need to stop 33 from just breaking open the game on these tempo heroes from the offlane.
Yeah, there was a lot of freedom coming out for the other 2 cores of Team Liquid there, Effie.
There was, but there was pressure on them, because once Ricky got that defusal, we saw them scouting for Nature's Prophet in the jungle. We saw him getting lassoed a few times. We saw Quinn on that Ricky hunting anyone he could see, no longer focusing on just the puck. The issue with Gaiman is that Ricky kind of tied their entire draft together in the sense that you have this Bat Rider, you have this jump target, this jump hero in CK. If the Shadow Demon on the enemy team or the Tusk are able to cast their spells to save them, your initiation is broken. You have no means to fight back. And once Ricky got to the point where his game was too difficult, there was nobody stopping the 2 saves from the supports. If Ricky kept his dominance, kept jumping the supports, we would have seen a different game.
Ricky has pretty much the same issues as we've seen with the Storm Spirit. Once they group up as 5, you don't really have kind of a play in the game. Cloud is super strong. It's a 6-second silence duration at every single level. It gets even better. It got a buff so you can stand inside of the Cloud, even if the allies, even if the enemies range are attacking you from the inside, you're still gonna get the miss chance. So really good spell. The experiment for Ricky probably failed. I don't think we're gonna see it again, but it looked really good for the first like 12-13 minutes of the game.
It did, and then it fell off a cliff. That happens sometimes, it's fine. It's just game 1 of a best-of-5 grand finals. Now, during that game, once Team Liquid got off a couple of good team fights, you could sense that emotions were high and everybody was in great spirits. And I wonder if the comms reflect that.
Here. I can TP, I'm TP, go, go, go. Good
Okay,
fight,
I'm not thinking, I'm not thinking, I'm not thinking.
It's a good fight. Just watch me, watch me. Watch me.
Is Carl on
Can we save make it? Can we save make it? Yeah, I'm fine, guys. Take the fight, take the fight. What the fuck, they're all dying.
I have big cloud.
Kill Ricky. Any silence? Okay,
I'm chasing Ricky.
I'll kill Chen.
I think we get the Ricky.
I'm killing Chen with Nish.
Chen.
Woo!
Let's see.
Oh, sorry.
Can we go there too?
Oh, you gotta love it if
Give
your
him the
carry
woo,
is popping up like that. Yeah. I think that's very healthy when your carry is making those calls to you and just basically pops up and keeps the team.
I gotta say, his name is Mickey Woo. Woo! No, gotta hype it up.
It's the balance between like the core and the support. You can hear like this, like maybe I don't have anything. It doesn't matter if you have nothing. I'm the core. Go and then
go.
Yeah, exactly. I just love hearing the team comms every single time and a little bit of energy as well. Hearing the emotion, the woo, like of course it means so much to them. And it's game 1 down. Just 2 more to go.
2 more to go for Team Liquid. I love hearing the emotions coming out there as well. I also always love hearing from Purge.
Thanks, Shiver. Yeah, I want to look over how the Ricky did in this game. It's very effective against the Puck in the mid lane. Quinn started things off. He's got high damage. Puck has low armor. Any trades that he takes are just going to be advantageous here. So he basically just secures a lot of easy harassment against Nisha as that laning stage continues. And then does a little blink strike. This clip might freeze on me because it's been freezing before, but does a little tricks of the trade, does work. Thank you. That's how he gets the first blood. 1 minute and 54 seconds into the game, super early. And Liquid did a really good job trying to limit what this Ricky can do because the silence against Puck and the high physical damage is so much. They were bringing tons of heroes to almost every single rune fight, but he has really high base armor, and there isn't that much magic nuke on the Liquid squad at this stage in the game, so he ends up dodging a lot of these. Here's another gank on Nisha to show just how much pressure was on him. A little salvation outside of the smoke cloud, but he gets pushed back in with the flame break to secure yet another kill. And then they went across the map. This is that other kill that you guys probably saw. Nature's Prophet getting jumped on by just 2 heroes. A relatively clean kill, and once again, Underlord crossing the map. So this is the basic facet of what Gladiators wanted to do this game to end up securing victory, but this team fight was the real big one. There's only 6 times in a row that you can gank Nisha before you react to it really well, and that's what Liquid did here. I love this ice shards here. Ends up creating a zone that pushes the Shadow Demon to the right, and as a result, the Ricky dives going for the kill, and they're able to turn this one really effectively. So that was a really good moment for Liquid, but ultimately, it was that team fight around the top lane They tried to engage in this area of the map to look for kills. They couldn't find it. This ward spots Dyrachyo. He gets cleaned up absolutely for free. That was really nice. And then for some reason, I'm not sure why, Ace decides to take the portal here to go to the top side of the map. Felt he wanted to be there, but he gets spotted. Now here's the Liquid vision. They actually don't know exactly where he is, but they're chasing. And he gets scared. He uses his second skill, and that reveals where he is. They end up catching him. They force a team fight. For some reason, Quinn goes in here, he gets coiled. This was the beginning of the end for Gladiators, losing their advantage. So a crucial mistake there, uncharacteristically as well. So that's how they get behind.
Thank you, Purge. A tiny bit of nerves coming out there from Gaming Gladiators, the way that those plays were described. I think there's one important thing that this game had that I don't think other games will have. It's time to go back to the drawing board and talk about the draft, because I want to talk about the one point where I thought, in my humble opinion, where things went a little bit awry, and I would love to have an explanation. Lacoste, Rubik. We saw the Rubik ban. Why didn't they ban Tusk?
Because they wanted to pick Underlord. It's one of the worst matchups when it comes down to heroes. You can solo win the game. You steal Pit of Malice, you steal Firestorm. These are going to be your two best spells. You have better cast range, you have a spell amplification on top of that. So very difficult one, but looking for the adjustments in game number 2, this Tusk, too powerful of a hero, especially for Boxy. I know I'm going to sound slightly biased, but Boxy for me has been the best position 4 player in the world for quite some time. He's doing some insane things every single time with the shards. He's always up to something. Never underestimate this guy.
He was the hero of that fight at minute 17 where Liquid turned the game around. That was all Tusk and his plays. So I do agree with you, Shiver, that Tusk should be banned out and not given to Team Liquid. Boxy just plays that hero too well, and the flex is still there, even though we mainly see it being played here. I think that if you're putting yourself in a position where you're first picking Underlord, not allowing yourself to not give away Tusk to Liquid, you have to rethink your opener. Don't open with this Underlord if you are still allowing heroes like Shadow Demon and Tusk through, because you also drafted a Batrider. Batrider is completely countered by saves from the enemy supports.
I think it also goes down to the CK pick, right? Like, sure, you want to get your CK to kill Visage, but then you're bringing the CK to the mid lane to, you know, contain the puck inside the smoke screen, using the flame break from the Batrider as well. Like, you're doing everything to kill puck, but you didn't ever really kill Visage. He died one time in the game. The fact that 22 minutes, 33 has Boots of Bearing and Shivas, your entire plan of win lanes, tempo pickoff falls apart. So for Gaming to even have a fight in this best of 5, they need to make sure their safe lane can kill off 33. And don't just run to mid lane and kill off Nisha. That is a recipe to lose, and Gaming need to identify that and hopefully fix that for the upcoming game.
Yeah, so we feel like Gaming potentially drafted a little bit too one-dimensional, that if indeed the tempo could not continue, which it didn't because Team Liquid put a stop to that, they didn't have anything Lacoste to fall back on in their draft.
They were super strong first like 15-ish minutes of the game. If they continued the domination, the lineup would look really good, but they also needed some extra items. They needed, you know, Ricky to have a BKB, which never came down to that. And we see a lot of these lineups that go pretty much all in, where you're strong for like 20 minutes, then you're vulnerable between 25 and 35, maybe 40, that they do fell short. But I wouldn't say there was anything wrong with Gaming Gladiators lineup. They tried something. It's a BO5. That's a different beast. You want to experiment a little bit more, try to put them in a position where they don't feel too comfortable, especially with this last pick, Ricky. And I think we're going to see more of these picks. Maybe not Ricky, but they've been cooking.
They have been cooking. Yes. We should also take a look at how the teams have done against the meta thus far, on why we see these two teams going a little bit beyond what you might have seen over the last 2 weeks. Effie, if we focus on Team Liquid, they have had tremendous success against the heroes that a lot of teams would consider to be the meta heroes.
They really have. They've been dominating so much throughout this tournament, so I thought it would be cool if we took a look at the meta heroes that they've beat the most. Mirana, which is the darling from the support role because of the carry flex, they've beat her. She's only beat them 1 time out of 6 games. Dragon Knight, 2 of which were games against Gaming yesterday. They have beat Dragon Knight 4 times. They beat Timbersaw 4 times. The heroes they've lost to, Kunkka. Kunkka's probably the only hero, when I was looking at all of their stats, that Liquid have struggled against.
Yeah, what you're showing here with the graphic is basically Liquid has lost 2 moments where teams survive the Liquid aggression. If Liquid want to go and try and break the map at 20 minutes, if they're running into a brick wall and they miss execute, that's when the game can get difficult. But the thing here in this matchup, Gaming likes to play quick. And unless Gaming want to change their playstyle in a grand finals, we are just going to see two teams clashing into each other to see who breaks the map first to then close out the game. Because if you swap the drafts around, Gaming will do the same thing. They'll win that 1-tier-1 fight, then they'll just break the map and win the game. So I think, at least for Gaming, if they can just slot in a couple counter-aggression heroes, it might allow them just a bit more, ease of fight. Because, yeah, with this type of draft, it is so volatile. One mis-execution and see ya.
Yeah, this is also a best of 5, which is a whole different beast from what the players have played so far, as they are ready to take the stage again. Game number 2 soon being shown on your screens. I'm sure emotions are high, and all the energy that this Royal Arena has to give, both teams will soak up because they need it to go head-to-head against each other. And when we're focusing on this second game, we are focusing on the learning curve, which in a best of 5 is a little bit different than in a best of 3 Lacoste. Do you feel like both of these teams, sometimes you have teams like testing the waters, letting a hero through to see if they can play against it?
Absolutely, because you want to have that advantage. You pick something very cheesy in game 1. If it works, they need to make all the adaptation, but you have also other strategies prepared. I would say Team Liquid is in a good hands right now, considering that they only played 5 different heroes from their offlane role and 5 different heroes from their position 4 role. So that means that they have a lot of stuff prepared. They've been winning most of their games. They played every single series in the upper bracket was a 2-0, so they didn't show, they were never had their backs against the wall. That means that they have a lot of different heroes they can still play, but they're not going to change anything because for now it is working.
That also means that 10 unique heroes from their offlane in Boxy and 33 should make it so that they are easier to focus within a draft. And that really does go back to the supports that Gameman went through. I think that if you can limit the hero pool of 1 out of the 2 in that offlane duo, you're making the draft and the game much easier on yourself.
So, yeah, who are you going to focus on? If you had to choose, pick your poison, T.
There's what, 5 types of poison you have to take, but I'd argue maybe because they have such a small pool, you know what's coming every single time, so find safe lane combinations that can at least play into it, right? Like Dyrachyo, he's played, of course, Alchemist, but it's getting banned out. I think like Razor's going to be pretty good for Dyrachyo if you could have pressure in lane. If you push back 33, I just want Celery and Dyrachyo to have kill threat. If kill threat independently is available, that's when the twin gate gets opened up. You then make moves, and I think that's what maybe Gamer was missing a little bit in that previous game.
It could be that they were missing that. We're talking about adaptations being made, and of course it is Gaming Gladiators that lost that first game, so they will be focused most on making adaptations. And even though Team Liquid won, I do want to focus a little bit on those first 10 minutes, because Team Liquid winning, great, but I'm sure they did not like feeling like they did in those first 10 to 15 minutes, Lacoste. I'm sure they're going to try to avoid that.
Oh, that's for sure. I mean, they were, what, 7k gold down in the first 11, 12 minutes. So they will try to punch back. A little bit of a misplay. Sometimes it does happen. Nisha solo dying to Ricky, underestimating. I'm not sure if he played as many times this matchup. Casters also talked about it. They didn't see it in a really long time. So sometimes these forgotten heroes, you tend to be surprised by what they can do, especially with the small buffs throughout the last couple of months that did happen.
I think that's a hero that they will think about for sure, especially if they get Nisha that puck in this game too. I would not be surprised at all to see Ricky banned out in that final phase, because even though Gaiman did lose, they showed their hand there. Like, that was an incredibly dominant first 15 minutes. In 4 Liquid, they just did a great job at bouncing back. The 2 heroes they had on their side lanes, Nature's Prophet and Visage, are just very good money printers. Visage, with a couple of kills, any comeback fight is just topping the net worth. Nature's Prophet, when he gets kicked out of lane, he has that ability to just be anywhere he needs to be. The enemy jungle, his jungle, he can find the farm. So I think that Liquid at the moment are feeling very good about themselves looking into that game too, and they're not going to make any gameplay adjustments, just draft adjustments.
Yeah, I could see a world where Gaiman respect the Nature's Prophet a little bit more, put that into the ban phase. Maybe even we see the Naga Siren that's been banned pretty much in every single game of TI. That might slip through in one game, just to put a little bit more respect on 33.
And you think it will slip through in favor of who?
Probably Liquid will be picking it up.
They will be picking it up?
Potentially.
Okay, we'll see. I don't know if Naga Siren will make an appearance, as this is the most dominant hero that we've seen over the last 2 weeks. But we're going to find out what is coming our way for game number 2.
Team Liquid versus Game Gladiators Grand Finals Game 2.
What is coming our way for game number 2, Effie?
I got a little too excited there, Stever, but for a game-in, I think that they really do need to give Dyrachyo a hero with a better timing. The reason why these semi-carry ranged heroes like Wind Ranger, like Lina, have been so popular is they get that Gleipnir timing and then they have kill threat around the map. If all of this damage is happening in the first 15 minutes, you want a carry that within that time can take advantage of it economically and be able to join the fight explosively.
If they want to go for a carry, I would not mind to see Wind Ranger for Dyrachyo. If they want to go for a support, Mirana is still available, so they do have a ban into a pick. Either that or take Shadow Demon, because Shadow Demon, played by Tofu, always a 3 to watch. This guy making some insane plays, hunting people down.
Well, there is a Naga Siren, and it will be on Gaming Gladiator's side, T-Gov.
Fair play. So the logic of this one was, I feel like this is where, when you get to a grand finals, the heroes that always get banned, they have to appear at some point, because there is like the respect of the game. And here, Gaming, they have first pick, they ban the Village to the Doom, the Naga Siren's available. I was wondering maybe they could give it to Liquid, pick a hero themselves, but instead they take it and Liquid instant response with the Nature's Prophet.
Naga Siren is so hard to play against though. I mean, she's been banned almost every game for a reason. She has such high armor on lane where she doesn't lose trades. She provides map play with her illusions where as a position 5, she can push out whichever lane that she chooses. And then she has the ultimate reset tool in the game. That Song of the Siren with the Shard it just flips teamfights over their head. And like T was mentioning, we saw that the Kunkka win rate against Liquid is good for that reason. If they can prolong these fights, find that reset, stop that timing of their aggression, kite out the fights, should be good for gaming. So I'm surprised this Naga was given away.
Of course, the facet as well, very strong with Deluge. You reduce status resistance, you know, push waves like with the damage. Like, it is really obnoxious to play into. But there is a point where, like, if the game is too quick, then sure, Naga, she likes a little bit more of a, let me use my song for that one big fight. Let me, you know, get the vision from multiple opportunities to skirmish. If the game's too quick, it's like you're not always gonna have song every single fight. That's why I think Liquid insta-pick their Prophet, because the speed in which they can play with this hero, they can eat through, you know, one ultimate from a Naga Siren. Like, it's not gonna be the worst. That's why I think gaming need to respect that inevitable pressure and have more heroes to protect Naga, not having to be the only hero to survive the fight, or at least, you know, disengage from the fight.
Naga is also a hero that can stop some of these pushes by creep cutting, creating those illusions. You cut one creep wave, maybe 2 of them. One of the reasons why the hero is so popular is you get quite a lot of farm. This is one of the most farm-heavy position 5s in the game right now, I would say, and also one of the reasons why this hero is the most contested hero of the International.
And another strength of Naga is Ensnare is such a high value disable at level 1. Like, this hero's kill threat comes online very early on lane. So I'd like for Gaming to take advantage of this setup with the Ensnare. Like, with one of those Dyrachyo turret heroes, even Alina could be really cool here. Just any kind of follow-up damage to make it so that Naga isn't just a song.
Shadow Demon being picked up. Team Liquid got one of the saving supports again, as we do have to note that once again, Tusk is left in the pool. Gaming Gladiators have the chance to pick it up themselves if they want to at this point.
Yeah, that's the key thing here. Liquid, they had the option to go for Tusk or Shadow Demon. They have put Shadow Demon in a higher priority because of what we've seen it do in the last couple of games. And if Gaming are to pick Tusk, then they've got double melee supports. Naga can't really find, you know, too much pressure on the map. Tusk, it could get a little bit clunky, hence why I think Liquid hedged their bets, went for the Shadow Demon. If Gaming don't pick it up, they'll take it themselves.
And also, Shadow Demon is the anti-Ace hero. If you're playing against Ace, he's going to have 1 trillion auras. With the Shadow Demon Purge, you can just remove that on a single target and take them out early.
Yeah, but not in this one. Centaur, he has, with the Stampede, this is the statement. This is not anti-carry. Shadow Demon ulti, we don't care too much about it. Once you pop it, we're going to be able to reset. You also have Naga Siren. So Gaming Gladiators looking forward to see some of these more prolonged team fights.
And once again, they're respecting what Naga Siren can suffer with, because they're picking heroes who, in theory, should be independent, not requiring heroes to help them out. Like Centaur plus ranged hero, when you get Centaur to his first cheap item, you can leave him on an island. He can play by himself, and that's when you make other moves. And Enchantress. How many times have we seen Enchantress just free cast the spells? You know, Impetus constantly, Dragon Lance, Moon Shards. Like, I feel like Snaking, Celery, like every pos 5 at some point has just had an insane game on this hero.
Now, I will say that Naga Siren has been incredibly popular, but mostly as a position 5. And you are also right, it is normally Celery
Okay
that
na
plays
siguro
the
sa mga may
Enchantress. So
trabaho,
which one
guys,
would
okay
you
na.
like to see bumped
God bless.
up
Thank you sa lahat ng
in
umattend
priority? As
tonight.
once again, the Tusk in the hands of Team Liquid, so they got the double
Ano,
savings,
BB? Ay,
and
puta,
they
maganda
follow
lineup.
that up with the 33
Pag may mga minibus na lang,
Lineup
tulong na
ng Team
lang.
Liquid, boy.
Yeah, but with this draft that Liquid have crafted, it's
BB.
skirmish, 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 run at you, run at you, run at you, and there are stuns on the side of Liquid. So I want to see Gaimin, with this 18 pick, exploit the lack of stuns and go for a Storm or a Puck themselves, something that can have free reign at later parts of this game.
Slight concern potentially for gaming competitively. Tofu, the last time he played Enchantress was in 2023. Before that was only a game 2019. He's only got 4 pro games on Enchantress, so it's not as if it's like a specialty for Tofu. And I feel like Naga Siren is always going to be the 5 position. Unless Tofu wants to bump it up in priority, again, I feel like Naga needs to be the 5, Ench needs to be the 4. But yeah, Tofu's going to be pulling out a hero that he's not too, at least competitively seasoned on.
In that case, you can always just have a support swap. Like, you can have Celery lane bottom. He doesn't necessarily have to go top if you are committing to playing this Naga Siren on Tofu.
Sure. And now the counter-aggression pick with the puck. You want to try and, prevent that movement from Liquid. My concern here, where is the damage? When Liquid gets to, like, Bloodstone, Axe on Bristle, and Prophet has his BKB, what stops them from just walking down the lane, hitting the tower with a tree, Tusk and SD saving? There's no real kill threat coming out from gaming.
Get that Luna for Duraccio. I mean, you need bonus damage. She provides that damage to the entirety of your team. She's going to be a strong on lane versus Bristleback. And it'll give them that early tempo to play on. Also, like I mentioned earlier, no stuns for the puck. So I do think that Team Liquid need to draft a failsafe, a means to stop Quinn if his game starts to get out of hand.
I feel like I'd prefer to see like a Monkey King type option for gaming to take a little bit more fight. I'm worried like a Luna is a bit too slow, where after lane you play to the jungle and there's no real map play to be had. Invading stacks, like contesting is a key theme for gaming, at least in this one.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing some stunners from the mid lane for Team Liquid. Earthshaker definitely comes to mind. You're playing against Naga. There's going to be a lot more illusions. Instant stun against Puck. This is something that they did play once or twice against the same matchup. The other one is Tiny. I think this hero also works because you want to have some extra burst damage when it comes down to the Enchantress. Avalanche, great tool against the Centaur. And also you can toss somebody into the team. Bristleback is not answered yet.
I just realized, yeah, Monkey's banned, so well, that type of hero, and along that line of that type of hero, Ursa banned out as well. We haven't really seen too much Ursa, but they are respecting the thought of, what if this core just blows up our Bristle? If we don't actually end the game in 25 minutes, does it not get pretty scary? And yeah, they're banning out these heroes that have that X factor, that comeback potential. And that is true, Boxy on Tusk is pretty free win.
I like the Earthshaker idea you mentioned, Blackost, or DK for Team Liquid. Just that stun, that ability to play off of an initiation that doesn't come from your Tusk will simplify the game for Liquid. It will really go a long way.
Well, let's see. They have got still also half a minute left in their bonus time, where they can decide not just what to play, but what their game plan will be. And what Duraccio is going to play. That is the main question. I just want to get this out. Naga Siren, there's no chance it's going to play it as a core, right?
No, she's not.
Okay.
This is going to be.
I just wanted to get it out there.
It's been a long time since Naga has been played as a core.
Another option for Duraccio could be the Alchemist. That way they can play the Eng 5 and then just experiment. Because DK does come out. They stole it. They took it away. I think this is excellent. And now they have a carry on Duraccio where he just buys Blink Dagger first, which is the item timing we talked about around that minute 15, runs in with his team, has the ability to take the towers, has the ability later on in the game to outscale the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, this is a good game where there's two types of Dragon Knight, right? You've got the Falcons type Dragon Knight, which is the high-speed Blink Orchid, or you have the scaling Dragon Knight with the Armlet into S and Y, and then you're like Daedalus Satanic, and you become the unkillable Red Facet DK. Potentially this time around, I'd like to see him go greedier to become the true core of the game. Because if they do go active, they still have damage issues early on. So I'm hoping for Elite's gaming's sake, it does feel like a flip on the script. They aren't going to be the aggressors on the map. It's about how quickly can you scale whilst dealing with Liquid.
What you're describing is some K1.
Yeah, I want
type of
K1 level DK, exactly.
Yeah, because he was staying 5k ahead, and Tiny comes out, good solution, as we mentioned. Great against Puck in the lane. You'll always have some kind of a stun. Cheap as well. Blink Dagger, this is something that they have been lacking. I see a lot of speed on side of Team Liquid again, and I think they're going to be hitting an earlier timing. Mickey on his Nature's Prophet, double save again. You can make quite a lot of stacks with these heroes, and Team Liquid so far in this tournament has been top 2 teams when it comes down to stacking. You have Tiny who can clear the stacks, and most importantly Bristleback. I think 33 in this one takes priority, because once he gets down to his item timings, you did mention the Aghanim Scepter, the Bloodstone, SNY, that's going to follow up later. I think this Bristle has a pretty free entry to the game.
I think we've got Celery on Enchantress. We've seen him excel on that hero. We have Quinn playing versus the one threat of the Avalanche toss, Tiny. This should be a really great puck game if he gets a few support rotations to mid. He's got a bone to pick with Team Liquid. I think Quinn will take this game too.
Dyrachyo has to ignore his team in this game. Stop playing the active carry that you've done in the past. I need you to focus up, just hit the creeps, become the K1 of Western Europe, and make sure that when the game gets tough, you've got 3-4 big items to bring to the fight. If you're not, then yeah, Liquid are scary as ever.
I can't wait. I feel like this game, both teams will bring that aggression inside the game. Before we head to that game number 2 of this grand finals, though, we're first going to head over to the stage where Sir s-calss is with Coach CY.
Thank you so much, my friends. Yes, we are here yet again with CY. CY, thank you so much for taking time with us. Now, we've been in this situation before, but a little different now. It seems like potentially a new Liquid. Were you guys kind of taken by surprise in that last one?
Not really, I think. I actually think we did a lot of good stuff. I think we messed up some stuff as well. And I kind of brought them back in the game. Like, Visage gets a lot of gold, obviously, with the Facet against, like, when he starts getting a lot of kills. So, in the end, it gets pretty hard eventually. But I actually think it was our game, yeah.
Absolutely. Now, in a situation like that, where you believe that you got the game and then it kind of got away from you, what was it like in the booth? What did you tell these guys to get their heads back in the game? Because this isn't your first time in a grand finals, and you got to get their heads on right.
No, I mean, like, I told them that we actually did the right thing, and, like, I think we comms well as well. I can hear the communications behind the scenes. So I think everything is, like, good. I think we just tried to run it back and, like, stay focused and calm and logical, and I think it will be fine.
Absolutely. You know, they say loss is the best educator. You guys seem to learn a lot on that one. You stole the puck, you banned the Doom, you denied the Dragon Knight. These guys have learned a lot from you as well. Anything left to learn about this team since we've seen you so many times before against each other?
I don't know, honestly. Well, we'll have to see.
All right, fantastic. Well, congratulations so far. We'll see how you do. Bump it up, my man. And we'll get right in to game number 2. Let's throw it to our wonderful casters.
Thank you very much, Satch. Yes, it's time to get into the action of Game 2. Folks, some crazy stuff going on in the draft this time round. We're seeing for Liquid. They get that support duo again, the Tusk, the Shadow Demon. But over on the side of Gaming Gladiators, the Naga Siren gets through, a hero that's been banned over 100 times this tournament.
It's crazy how so many adaptations happened in this game, right? It's 0 common heroes that Gaimin was playing from the last draft. Liquid, they get 3 that they played last time, and those 3, they did look super strong. Boxeon and Tusk in particular was kind of running the show, made them just come back in that game after that 7k deficit that they had, just with some clutch saves and aggression. And yep, I mean, we'll have to see if this type of gaming strategy ends up working, because it is a bit different from the style that we've seen them run in some of these games in this tournament.
Already seeing here setting up around the early action. No one going to find any fights off the back of the first bounty runes. But yeah, what do you sort of make of gaming's overall direction this time around then, in comparison to what they went for in game 1?
More scaling. They're going to be able to just play the game to the later stages and stuff like that. I feel like that last one is a very standard. They want to snowball out of control with this Underlord and Chen and just completely dictate the pace of that early first 20 minutes. But yeah, Liquid, they fought back formidably. This one feels like they can look to stall the game out, play more about that economy game and stuff like that with the DK. Just, is it going to work is a bit of a question. Because they're Liquid, they did switch things up as well. Even though they have 3 common heroes, they bring in this Bristleback that's not been played too much throughout this tournament. But I was looking actually just before this game started. 33's been kind of playing it in quite a bit of pubs.
And is there anything specific about the Bristle right now that you could imagine 33, is the reason why 33 feels good about this hero in this meta?
Yeah, I mean, you're able to fight super fast. You thrive off of stacks, and he's playing with two of the better stackers in the game, the Shadow Demon in particular. And he's just able to park himself in front of towers and defend maybe some of these early aggressive moves.
Level 1 though, could be a little bit vulnerable. The snowball save's going to come out for now, but 33 still getting brought incredibly low here. I mean, they try to bait one another in. Maybe Duracio's the one getting baited in. Have up to the 3 stacks of the quill sprays there, so Duracio had to be careful. Both cores getting harassed very low by one another's team's supports.
They make the call though, Box. He's like, all right, maybe there's a little bit of a hard lane to just play straight up. He's going to try to at least pull this wave on the side here, and it should be successful. Mid, Quinn, we'll see how he handles versus Tiny, another hero that's not been played the most throughout this tournament, but a standard counter versus the puck.
Yeah, one that historically we've seen Nisha have some explosive performances on. See how well he's able to I imagine potentially get a lead in this mid matchup. How does this work? We saw obviously switched around last time, Nisha being on the puck, and well, Quinn playing like the melee hero with a hard-hitting right click. Is it also a similar case where Tiny can have a little bit of an edge early on, or is it not quite the same?
Yeah, slight edge in the denies, but it's a very skill matchup, right? I think I've seen either of these players kind of win, depending on just a couple of these few early CS and stuff like that. Because puck overall, the beauty about this hero now is you just get so much extra healing when you're playing in the lane just from this puckish, this innate ability. You're able to just walk in, tank tower hits, dodge spells as well too. So every phase shift actually heals you pretty massively.
Looking down at the safe lane this time round from Liquid. They're going to try with a bit of setup. I mean, Ace has got a lot of poison stacks upon him. Shouldn't quite kill him, but at least it's going to force him right back. And Sania having to be careful as Tofu tries to push forward in return.
Oh, and this matchup actually in the mid lane, something really interesting is, of course, you can dodge normal spells, and also the tree grab. I think Nisha has to be careful every time he throws the tree at the puck, because if you dodge that one, you actually get 4 times the amount, because it's a spell projectile. Is what it looked like, at least. I believe he healed for like 100 or something when he threw the tree and dodged it. I'll keep eyes on see if the mechanic actually works like that. But
so far in the CS in the mid, it's proven to be pretty even. Performance 16-1 on Quinn, 14-3 for Nisha.
Yeah, and pretty solid stuff. And also, one thing that we do get to see, which I think has not really gotten through in too many of these games, it's this Naga Siren. And it's not a 5-position Naga Siren either, which is very interesting to see. They do want Celery playing this Enchantress, but
top lane.
Interesting change.
Quite a few Quill Spray stacks onto Duracio. He's got to back off. The heals for Celery coming in. I mean, you feel both teams here, Liquid and Gaming, really trying to push one another's cores to the edge, to the limits here in this laning stage top. Just the question is going to be who's the first to fall off the back of these back and forth fights between Duracio and 33.
You just have to be careful because it's such explosive damage that can come from a Bristleback out of nowhere. And they do have a Healing Lotus on the Tusk as well. So if you do get over-aggressive, overzealous, they could just pop that Lotus, get an extra Quill or 2 out. So you do have to be a bit careful on the side of game and how aggressive you want to get onto 33. But Duracio, he's farming good. That's the important thing. So 21-4, and he is pretty much full HP.
And overall, do you see Gaming Gladiators maybe having a bit of a better plan for dealing with mid-K if the fight started to get out of control? Because we saw last game, despite that early lead that Gaming Gladiators had, when they started to sort of slip behind, there were so many fights that mid-K was just able to find prime position to sit in place, turret out that damage, and get just this incredible net worth lead. This time, do they have better answers to the safe lane Prophet?
I feel like they actually had some really good heroes versus the Prophet in the last game, to be honest with you. So I'm not 100% sure, but they do have good ways to get on top of him and burst him down in more control, I would say, than that last one. But there's still these saves, so it's tough to really say, because the Shadow Demon and his Tusk, we saw what they were able to do to just stop any of this aggression if they were in the good position, which after the first 12 minutes, they were always in that right spot.
For sure, and if anything, we saw how well Liquid supports were able to get the saves off in a game against a smoke screen, where Ricky was involved. This time that's not there, so it may even be that little bit easier for Liquid to pull off these clutch saves when Gaming Gladiators start making moves for the cause of Liquid.
This mid matchup is hype. I mean, it's very, very even. Just 100 gold difference between the two of them.
They're going to hit sort of levels at a pretty similar pace here in the mid.
But the puck can stay sustained a little bit easier, I would say, at this point, just because of that constant healing that's coming out. So Nisha actually does get pushed away from the lane.
They're going to go for Duracio. Straight away, they see that he's alone. The TP comes in from mid-K. Duracio's gone. It's first blood for 33.
Heads up stuff, and immediately can just TP back to bottom. Love it. mid-K tried to do this that last game, too. Early TP around that 4-5 minute mark. This time, it works out just a bit better. And 33 now, top of that net worth. DK Enchantress lane, usually a lane that it's pretty difficult to bully, but if you're going to be able to bring the numbers like that, it is beautiful.
And in terms of the Naga Siren, right, one of the edges, right, with this hero is the presence in the lane. I mean, the question is, has Tofu been able to do enough in this laning stage? Because looking at the farm, not really caused any slowdown for Mickey.
No, and most of the times when I've seen this hero played so dominantly, it's because you're playing with that ranged core in the safe lane. You're able to abuse either this ensnare plus reel-in combo with the deluge, and you get some early kills. So, yeah, definitely going to be a different kind of approach from Tofu and see what he's able to do. Right now, it's just him using mirror images to kind of block camps and manipulate waves like that, but it's not really having the effect that maybe they wanted to in this bottom lane. Yes, Ace is farming, but you're not really putting pressure onto Mickey.
So Duracha looks like he might want to go for an early move down towards the bottom.
Oh, this is cool. They're actually bringing 4 heroes. So I guess this is the way they want to pressure because they don't have the best dual pressure. They want to do this, but Boxy's reading the movement.
Liquid seem to be relatively prepared for this potential play, or maybe they're just going to look to go aggressive first themselves. They do. They go straight over towards
The
Tofu.
centaur creep.
We're going to get the follow-up stun as well from Ace. This could give Gaming Gladiators the chance to fight back. Celery and Ace, do they have enough damage to threaten Mickey? A bit of body blocking here from Tofu with the Naga Siren illusion, but Mickey's still able to get around, get back to safety. So yeah, Duracho didn't want to be a part of this. Resumes farm up top. So Gaming Gladiators, as soon as they lose Tofu there, they decide against trying to make that sort of wraparound play.
The Wisdom Rune, it's going to get stolen. He's able to just take down away Tofu. He's already limited
He's got no way out, though. He's got no way out.
Does he see him? He's sneaking. Is he actually
he's actually been able to juke perfectly outside of vision. I don't think Tofu's seen him at all.
Celery, they see this with the scan. Celery's trying to catch him up, and Mickey's just waltzing past them.
They see him, of course, now with the micro. I mean, surely he doesn't get away with this, Mickey.
Surely not. Ace is looking to go get him now.
Yeah, they're going to put an end to him here, Ace.
Either.
I don't know if he can do some crazy sort of sprout play. He tries, but the Quelling Blades there, Ace will be able to slowly but surely catch him out and cut him down. So he gets the wisdom, does cost him his life.
Always painful to lose these wisdom runes. They're not really the most, I would say, the most level dependent supports on the side of Gaming Gladiators, though, right? The level 6s aren't really that impactful from either one of them. Yes, the Naga Song later on will be, but early on, them actually missing out on that XP might not be the most atrocious thing. Because sometimes it's like a Snapfire that doesn't get a 6 super early, but these two, we'll see what type of result it ends up happening. Of course, the supports on Liquid, they're going to be super happy, and they're going to be very high level, so Boxy, he's already level 5.
And in terms of some of the individual farm we're seeing at 33, he's getting quite a scary bit of space up top.
Sure is. They're going for the surround play bottom. Duracho's got involved. Mickey
is trying to TP on top, and Duracho's found him. In on top with the Dragon Tail. Gaming Gladiators, have they got any further cancel for the TP of Mickey? They don't, so they'll have to turn and sell for Boxy. Liquid, they get Mickey out.
Heavy commitment, though. It is a Stampede plus a DK form to at least try to pressure tower and get a kill. Just get a support. Yeah, like you said, in the meantime, 33, he's just doing maximizing mechanics.
Yeah, he's massive.
Yeah, he's just pulling creeps into jungle creeps, stacking them up as much as possible. This is going to be an absurdly fast Ags timing for him.
And we see the progress between the two mid laners. Nisha and Quinn continues to be incredibly close.
Dead even. Literally 8 gold between the two of them or something, or 9. My math was bad.
But yeah, looking at 33, you got to sort of ask the question of Gaming Gladiators, what's the plan with regards to this Bristle? Because at the moment, 33 is on track to get one of the faster Ags timings you'll see on a Bristleback this patch.
I imagine it's just to get a really, really farm DK. Maybe at some point the Silver Edge later down the lines can be something they look for an answer, but I would imagine it's Duracho getting this armlet, getting this type of crazy type of farm to deal with him, because besides that, their damage is definitely quite limited versus a very farmed Bristle in the early game. And speaking of very farm Bristle, he does still have those stacks to go back to as well, which I believe is like a double stack and triple on the Ancients.
Yeah, that's insane actually. If things continue like this, this is going to be a completely insane Agadim's timing. This game for 33. He's already half the way there. As you say, with stacks to the plenty, he'll be in a very, very solid time. And across the board, though, the 3 cores of Gladiators do have the tools to make plays. Definitely on our heroes outside of the Bristle. So we'll see what Gaming Gladiators look to make their moves. And just in general, look to see if they try and check out this area and get some information regarding the stacks of Team Liquid. Celery been caught in.
Big Wrath of Nature.
And with the burst coming in as well from the Snowball, Stampede is not going to get Celery out in time. Same time up top, Duracho's going to try and set him on a 33. He really is, and backup is in for it. And Sania holds back Duracho. With these two heroes, there's just not a chance. Even with Quinn being present, he knows that using a Dream Coil there is just not going to do a whole lot at all. This Bristleback is very unlikely to die unless they bring all 5, and even at that, it might not still be an easy job.
No, absolutely. It's going to be till later on when they have the answers, especially like we're saying, the DK, or if they can get him actually facing the right target, because they do have stuns at the least to be able to stop and hold that Bristol back in place. Nisha?
Gonna try and get the catch. Nisha opting to immediately break the Dream Coil. TP's were going to come in, but they've actually backed off on that Gaming Gladiators. They know they're not getting a kill quick and easy. Nisha's going to be fine.
Quinn's in trouble.
He's ended up under the tower, jumping over towards the orb in an attempt to get away from Nisha and Insania. He's got another orb to try and break away. Have they got anything to stop it? They have not. So Quinn is able to dance safely back to the side of Celery's Enchantress.
Almost had the vision there from Nisha. If he was able to get that toss, the phase shift and everything was actually down, could have almost maybe gotten that pocket. But they're going to smoke instantly, even without the coil at the ready. This is a very unexpected move that could catch Liquid off guard here. They're going to throw the scan.
Let's see what they can find. Mickey would be the ideal catch.
I mean, they have this deep ward. It's about to expire as well, too. Mickey might not see this coming. That ward was literally right outside the sentry range.
Yeah, this is a solid play here from Gaming Gladiators, but it will get shown now. So these two start to come through. Maybe these two can't get the burst off in time to kill him off. Mickey's going to come in with the snow.
They got Quinn.
From Boxy, and they just trying to kill Quinn off.
Boxy was that was the fastest TP I've ever seen. It was literally before they even showed on the smoke. It felt like that was crazy. He's on point with this Tusk.
It looked like they were going to get away with it as well, if it weren't to be for this pesky Tusk. Boxy, save after save.
Mickey's doing some really cool little stuff here too. Just planting this tree for extra damage. It's actually kind of neat. Just this GG branch with his innate. Actually very cool. I don't think I've seen many people do that. I was wondering why he was just randomly dropping the GG branch, and I'm like, oh, very cool.
The farm continues, and indeed, this bristle back, 33. He's completely out of control. The Aghanims, ridiculous timing here, pre-12 minutes, I believe.
That's insane. And he's got the Voodoo Mask.
Yeah, the spell life steal's already out on top of it.
Overall, looking at the lineup of Gaming Gladiators too, nobody really wants to build a Vessel. I mean, Vessel's kind of a dead item right now, but no one wants to build Vessel, and Shiva's is not going to come down for ages, even if it does come out for something like Puck. So definitely going to be some problems that they have with this Bristle.
I mean, for Gaming Gladiators, what sort of item timing or strength do you think they're looking towards to make their move this game?
I think it's going to be pretty farm heavy, actually, on this side gaming. I feel like it's a very different strategy that they've gone for this game around. Usually they're around like 25-minute aura timings. There's a lineup where we may not even see too many auras come out from either side, let's be honest with you. So definitely a bit of a different kind of style game that it could lead up to these like late games, which I think we're all looking forward to, because we've had quite a bit of these games around like the 20 to 35-minute mark that kind of end. This one could get pretty late game if they end up playing just for this farm game, which for gaming, it looks like they want to. So Liquid definitely have a way to set tempo, though. They have this Bristleback who's massive. They can force objectives very early on, and that's what it feels like they're going to start doing, playing around 33.
Yeah, we'll have to see how much they can force, because indeed, if the game gets to a point where we're sort of 25 minutes in and the Bristol's at the high ground of Gaming Gladiators are going to have to come in with some sort of answer.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's definitely the ideal play that Liquid wants to do, is pressure the map early.
Strong lead in from Quinn. Do they have the damage for evading the Stampede and the Who Stomp? They certainly will. Mickey, there's no saving him this time. Gaming Gladiators think it's the kill, but can they get out? Nisha is in with the combo. Avalanche to follow up onto both Nisha, onto Quinn and Celery. Snowball over towards Quinn. They've got the stun and the punch up. They're taking Quinn out. Celery, he's been caught in by the shards. 33 and Insane are ready to chase down Ace. Celery's going to TP out as Liquid. They'll look for the bigger target instead, getting Ace as well.
They'll get the trades. And the more advantageous ones, they do have to swing 4 heroes down here, so it's quite a bit expended. Diracho will be happy to be able to farm off of that timing. Liquid, it's such quick reactions that they've been able to do here. And Nisha now at this point has a very large separation between him and Quinn. The amp damage rune already finished up onto him, or amp damage is on in for him, and he's going to have a phylactery pretty early on. So the scaling is also going to come from Nisha.
It's just taking that little bit more time and just been that bit more hard for Quinn to find successful kills off the back of his Dream Coil plays.
He has to just be so careful, because there is this type of explosive damage. The Tiny is always going to be a bit of a problem for him. And Boxy so far, no matter what lineup he's against, it feels like if he gets his Tusk is a problem.
It's a nice play there, Celery with the Wild Wing Ripper trying to tear himself away from Nisha. Nisha for now is going to continue to chase.
They've got the TP coming in.
Indeed, Nisha slowly playing around with Celery. They've got the numbers here. Insania, Boxy, Mickey, the whole team pretty much turning up to get another kill on the board here, Liquid.
And the crazy thing in the meantime, look where 33 is. He's just occupying the enemy triangle, kind of challenging them, telling them to come at him, because he knows he's pretty much invulnerable unless they bring all 5. Buys an early shard as well too, so he's got the hairball even stronger. He is a big problem. Diracho is farming, but he needs a couple bit more items before he wants to be able to join versus this Bristle. Armlet, SY, and then yeah, we see that Silver Edge is going to eventually, of course, be queued up onto Diracho. But it's going to take time. And Liquid, they can thrive off just occupying the map with this 3k advantage. With this early Blink Dagger, with this aggression, they can play with the Tusk.
Looking for the setup around the mid. Liquid. Getting the jump in Nisha. He's able to get the setup straight away. They want to try and burst through the Enchantress. The heals are up for Celery. It's too much damage though. Liquid. They can get pretty much any kill that they jump for right now. Mickey's ready to lead in for more. Looks towards Quinn, but the orb is back up.
He's slowed down.
They've got his stampede. They absolutely have to, but Nisha's able to still get him with the toss. The stampede doesn't matter. Nisha still able to close the gap and take Quinn out.
Liquid's playing too fast for this gaming strategy at the moment. Yes, Dyrachyo is farming, but everybody else is starting to fall further and further behind. They haven't been able to really involve Tofu either. I know he's just sitting back, kind of trying to get some farm going, but they can't even reset and avoid the fights that Liquid's bringing to them. The timings are accelerating fast. And they're losing access to so much, like 33. He just keeps taking away these Ancients. I believe they've been stacking some Ancients on their side, cleaning them up too. So they're farming, it feels like 70% of the map. Gaming under a lot of pressure here.
That Silver Edge, as you say, cannot come any sooner for Dyrachyo. He needs it yesterday, really, against this Bristle. I mean, once it's there, that will be the big test of whether Gaming Gladiators can bring together a fight to slow Liquid down.
Yeah, but it's not just the Bristle, right? It's Nisha scaling. Mika is starting to get some scaling too, even though he's died twice. He is getting closer and closer to having his big item. He actually has it, sorry. So Gleipnir's already done, so Liquid can just keep looking to pressure. And Gaming could really struggle in the damage department to kind of dissuade and push them off these towers, or if that early Rosh, because Liquid feels like they have options right now how they want to pressure the map.
Oh yeah, they're ready to get in under the tier 2 tower. If Nisha sees a chance to jump, he's going to be straight in for. He's got an arcane rune in the bottle as well.
He's got that phylactery, so that burst damage, it's there. They're going to start to hit this tower here. Tofu wants to try to slow it down, but you can see the way that Gaming's postured on the map. They don't want to go for a full-out fight around here.
I mean, Liquid's going to have a pretty good idea that Gaming Gladiators is playing from this tree line. Quinn and Tofu, they've just got to back right away up to the high ground, up to the base. There's going to be no defense outside of a fortification here. They'll push them back temporarily.
This tower's going down. Oh, they actually lose the Treant there. Whoopsie, Mickey. Bit of miss micro.
Quinn, again, sort of having eyes on this area of the map, but he can't really start anything right now. All he can sort of do is just sit back and watch whilst Liquid takes these towers.
It's so dangerous for him to step up. Just this tiny pick, it's honestly working wonders to just not allow this puck to have any type of opportunities in the map to split things up, going to get any type of that extra farm. Quinn is very poor right now, bottom of the cores.
Really looking to be all on Dyrachyo.
Yeah, it definitely is right now. And look at the positioning, like Celery. He's trying to find desperate places to farm, but there's a ward, and they will find him again.
You just can't hide on the map right now from Liquid. They will find you.
Firm control. Roche soon on the menu. Maybe they'll wait for it to shift down to bottom, but yeah, they really feels like they can kind of go anywhere right now. And of course, 33, he gets the Vampire Fangs. I know Sand Kings have been the ones kind of thriving off of this one, but this is definitely one of those other heroes that can become pretty much unkillable on top of already being unkillable. This just adds an extra layer.
Yeah, they've just not been able to slow him down one bit this game. It's just been completely free for 33. It's 19 minutes so far.
And Quinn, he got spotted for a second there. His orb. We'll just be able to split it up.
They just have to keep so much distance between themselves and Liquid. And even at that, as we're seeing Liquid, for good setup of Mickey TPing in and getting the catch with the Gleipnir, they can still find kill opportunities. So Gaming Gladiators, they're having to play so cautious right now.
This is probably one of the, I think this might be one of the first times I've seen this tournament that Gaming is just full out split farming. They don't really want a full out fight, but Nisha now shows.
See if they can punish Nisha here on his own.
He's got a regen rune.
Backup is coming over. He's too deacon and this tiny. Nisha's ready to turn things around. Gaming Gladiators have got to run. Quinn, they will be able to jump down to the low ground in time. Tofu comes in with the song, and that may just be enough to save Ace. Indeed, Ace will get out. Tofu able to make sure there'll be no casualties this time for Gaming Gladiators.
Look how much they just expanded, though. They're trying to get Nisha, and he had the regen rune. He's full HP. This tier 2, it's gonna fall.
And it seemed like even if he didn't, I don't know if they were getting him there.
Okay. They used the I mean, this is their high ground glyph. This is a dangerous one to use at times when you are behind like this.
Let's see how much Liquid want to push it. Tower's gone. They're going to be tempted to maybe take the Tormentor first. should be able to get that pretty easily here with 33 on the bristle.
Yeah.
There's going to be no struggle taking this one away from Gaming Gladiators. So Tormentor for Liquid, just a shard there for Boxy.
They used the glyph. They're forcing because this glyph is on cooldown.
I mean, we talked about what do they do when 33 on this bristle is approaching your high ground at 25 minutes. I mean, it's happening at 20 minutes.
I'm sure Jenkins is losing it. These glyphs that people use sometimes, they're very, very dangerous.
I've got the blink now on Quinn, but going in for action, it just does not seem appealing.
No, they need the next item, really, on Duracho, but the items are just flirting and too fast from Liquid. Roche, it's up if they want to go for it, but they're still looking to apply pressure around here, at least deny away this Wisdom Rune.
And at the same time, just making sure that they keep the efficiency up Liquid.
Absolutely.
Nisha continues to clean up stacks in the jungle that are being made, and Mickey just finding completely free space on the other side of the map, far, far away from any chance of Gaming Gladiators getting out and finding him.
And Liquid's Tricore is looking beautiful. And overall for Gaming Gladiators, they kind of are in this 4 Protect 1 a bit for this DK because of how hard the Pucks game has gone. Yes, Pucks can scale, but right now Quinn is in a very dangerous position versus this Tiny.
Duracho tries to get out with this early play, but Sentry's already laid down. They're already prepared for it. And of course, at this stage, still just the Shadow Blade alone. He's quite a bit more until he's got the fully fledged Silver Edge. So for now, the farm just has to continue for Gaming Gladiators. Quinn?
Liquid just wants to force it. The glyph, it's still on cooldown for some time.
I mean, it may be at a point, maybe Gaming Gladiators just have to let this set of racks go.
It might feel like it, yeah.
It's a tough call to make, but in reality, what do you have right now
you can't
to stop this push?
You cannot touch this Bristleback.
And Quinn's here, but outside of an illusory orb, that's about it really when it comes to the defense. Tofu just really getting cleaned up by the Nature's Wrath.
What? Hey, their axes are just gone.
They just don't have the defense right now. They don't have the answer. They have to let Liquid take that full set.
Dangerous times here for the side of Gaming. It's pretty much all on Duracho at this point now, if the Silver Edge is even going to matter now. Because like you said, it's a tri-scaling core lineup here for Liquid. They can go back for Roche and look to probably continue this pressure here.
And they just have so many saves as well. If Duracho is able to kind of get in and start off the action on a core, it's incredibly likely Boxy and Insania, they're going to get the saves off. Sure, Gaming Gladiators, they've got some ways to get to the back lines between the blink of Ace and the blink of Quinn, but finding both of Liquid's supports, it's not going to be easy.
No, and it's the thing is too, is that these heroes are not squishy by any means too. I'm just still looking at damage. Yeah, they'll have break, let's say, right, for the DK on this DK for this Bristle, but Tiny has 3,000 HP. Bristle also has like 2,600. The Nature's Prophet is also incredibly tanky too. They may be able to focus fire one target, but it feels very difficult for them to bring down all of these heroes. And Liquid is also, they've been gathering Lotus's own. So on top of having this tankiness, they have a greater healing Lotus as well in the Shadow Demon to limit even more of that damage that Gaming Gladiators is lacking. They're going to keep this pressure going. Celery?
To put the Stampede. And Gaming Gladiators, they don't want to lose even the supports at this point, just try and stop the bleeding.
Glyph is back up to Duracho in a dangerous position up here.
It's going to be another objective that Gaming Gladiators, they're not going to want to do anything about.
There's 4 minutes still left on this Aegis too. Liquid can look to continue pressure. They do have to address the lanes a little bit here, but Mickey, he can always just back up and join his team. 33's forcing it. The strategy right now is working beautifully from Liquid. Ace has bought it. I mean, they need this type of healing reduction, right? So a Shiva's on a Centaur. They need to try to fight and push this back. They cannot lose another set.
These are the two big item timings. Ace with the Shivas, and now Duracho with the Silver Edge. They're going to try and start off the action very quickly. They'll be able to take the Aegis out of 33's hands.
That's the one.
Boxy and Mikhail turn attention towards Ace. He's able to put the blade mail. So for using the song, Gaming Gladiators, they're going to consider if they want to do something aggressive or if they want to hold back. They'll step off to the side of the fight for now.
Nisha.
Oh, he's going to get caught by the opening stun. Will get dragged to the side here by the drinking, but he's Dream Core down on the three of them. Duracho and Celery trying to bring the damage. They're doing a lot here. Bring the load down. Same nature. They're going to be able to take down Boxy. 33's going to get pumped up by the heel of the Lotus establishing from Insania, passing it over. 33 will be able to back away, but Gaming Gladiators, they'll continue the chase. Orb comes in from Quinn. They're in onto Insania. 33 and Mickey, they're looking to bail out of the fight. Duracho, can he get us off in time? He can't. The two cores will get out, but Gaming Gladiators, a successful defense. The big items coming just in time between the Shivas and the Silver Edge. It gives them that extra bit of power to push Liquid back.
It was exactly when they needed it. If they didn't get these items pretty much at that exact moment, these Raxes are going down. And it does seem to catch Liquid off guard there. Nisha, a very overzealous blink forward, gets himself caught in no man's land.
We'll see again here.
Like, watch this jump from Nisha. This was very, very dangerous. Because it just puts his team in position where they can just get gone on afterwards, and they have to kind of react to try to save him, and it ends up setting up Quinn with, I think, a 3-man Dream Coil.
Yeah, immediately what Dyrachyo finding him with that Dragon Tail stun as he gets caught in the front. I mean, just that whole sort of start where Tofu uses the song to allow them to back off. You know, they were ready to hold back and not do anything, but at the same time, they were also ready if Liquid were to go that little bit too deep and make that sort of aggressive play, and that indeed was what ended up happening. They get punished, Liquid. Gaming Gladiators taking away some of that lead.
It's big. That's what their lineup was about. It's not the standard Gaming Gladiators lineup that they usually go for. It's a much more scaling one. They do need to be able to protect themselves for these next... I mean, the pushes are going to continue coming, so they just have to be prepared and make sure that Dyrachyo stays at this top net worth.
Because, yeah, I guess that's the question. After that sort of defense, you know, if you're Liquid and you get pushed back like that, you don't have the Aegis anymore. You're going to have to wait a long time until Roshan's back up. What's the game plan? Can you afford to sit back, or do you have to keep your foot on the pedal and go again?
I think you want to keep your foot on the pedal. It's probably just playing around like one of these extra BKB timings, though. When you see that type of pressure play come happen, you're like, okay, our Tiny will go BKB probably, and then also the Bristleback just to be able to force the issue or force the next Roche fight. And they do have at least the one on the Bristle. I see Nisha, he still went a little bit greedy. He did go Echo Saber instead of the BKB just yet. But they do have a triple BKB timing, so I'd imagine, yeah, they still want to look to pressure. Gaming, they just want to keep looking to scale, but they can fight if it comes to their high ground.
Dyrachyo feeling more confident now to farm in some riskier positions on the map.
I'm wondering if he does want to go down this Satanic route, or if he does feel like he wants even more damage. Both feel good.
Smoke play from Liquid. They're ready to try and see if they can get a catch outside of the base that could lead them into the possibility of pushing for the high ground once more.
So it's 2 BKBs. They have lanes in good position too. This bottom lane is always going to keep pushing in because of that early rack that they got. So looking to swing and catch somebody, but Gaming, they're ready for this. Prepared inside the base, just using the illusions to split push.
I guess the question is if they themselves want to go for a play in return. They do have smokes available on Celery.
They've got a nice little semi-push going up top with this Dark Troll Summoner. They will use the Glyph on the side of Liquid to stop it. Looks like they do want to at least deny around this Wisdom Rune again. They want to fight on the side of Liquid, but Gaming, they are smoked.
They want to go as well. They're going to have to wait a little bit of time for the Elder Dragon form to come back up for Dyrachyo's. 30 seconds, so have it kind of comboing in with the ending of that smoke.
And look at the neutral item that Dyrachyo chose too. I mean, he's just jacked up on the armor. He gets the Craggy coat. Not usually the most ideal for the damage potential, but he's sitting at 45 armor or more.
That's fair. It's a whole lot of physical coming out from Team Liquid.
For sure.
So start to tentatively head out to the base, Gaming Gladiators, but for now, Liquid very much elsewhere. As the minutes close in towards the next Roshan respawn. And by the looks of it, I think, yeah, Liquid, maybe they do just wait for this to come in return, as they know after that last attempt to push high ground, it didn't go too hot for them. They've got to be very careful about how they go for it again. They're regaining that lead. We're starting to see that net worth grow once more, back up to a 5k lead for Liquid with these more passive moments.
Always inside the base though. It's more dangerous than those like outside fights when you're diving, committing forward. So around that Roche fight in 2 minutes or so, that's probably what Liquid is looking for, like you were saying. The BKB still will be stalled out from Nisha, but Nisha did find himself a Nemesis curse. So
Dyrachyo
looking at some of these
the Silver Edge touching onto 33. He can. The Dragon Tail stun to follow things up. Who's some of the saves there? Snowballs in and Boxy's ready to help turn things around. TP comes in from Mickey. They're going to look straight over towards Tofu, try and get the squishy kills first, and with the BKB pop by Mickey, he can continue to punch into Tofu. And Tofu is surviving for this damage. Mickey's not got quite enough to kill Tofu off, and Tofu, he's able to get away. Liquid the turn towards Ace instead, but the Snapbede's out, the Sprout there to try and stop him. He cuts his way out, but Boxy's got the punch up. Ace, one more who stop off, but he'll fall. Now they'll turn over towards Dyrachyo. Liquid trying to surround him. Quinn looks to jump the backline with the toss up there. They have the burst to bring Dyrachyo down. The Dream Call comes out, but it's a little too late. Gaming Gladiators, they're running out amount of damage. They have to run. They have to escape. And Liquid, they're going to try and do their best not to let them. Nisha back in with another toss combo onto Celery. Liquid take the team fight.
Gaming thought they could re-go. They had the break potential. We saw Duracho, he turns and gets that second hit, but it's an instant disruption from Insania, and they just turn and get right on top of him. He is still semi-fragile on this DK if they have those numbers. And now a 10,000 gold lead, they can look to barrel it down. They can look for another lane here.
They certainly can. No need to necessarily wait now for the Roshan respawn. 33 at level 20. Storming down the mid here. And Tofu's trying to cut sort of the waves with the illusions, but Liquid can quickly clean through those.
Bloodstone's about to be finished for him too. So I mean, you didn't kill him yet. You killed him the once on the Aegis with the Silver Edge. The Bloodstone's going to make it a lot harder. Quinn trying to stall things out. Backdoor kicks in for a second here.
Now they really don't want to have to use Duracho's buyback. 20 seconds until he's back, and they've got the fortification. So they should be able to push Liquid back without the presence of the DK.
But another flurry of items going to come out, and I believe they also lost their gem in that last engagement. Celery, he had it for, what, 5-6 minutes or something. Now they have it on Insania. So overall, all these wards that Gaming did place with that type of outside movement, they're all gone. So the vision is completely gone from them. The map is dark. And that Roche, it's going to be potential soon. Let's see how quick the spawn is. Gaming have to be prepared.
McKay's got his next time done, the full Silver Edge. So in a situation where we saw, that last team fight, a bit of a messy start in where they were trying to focus Tofu, but they didn't quite have the damage to bring him down. With that extra bit of damage the Silver Edge brings, should be a little easier to dispatch at the supports during the Song of the Siren if Mickey gets his BKB off first.
And now they can, to be honest with you, they might be able to do initiations onto a DK. If Duracho shows himself aggressively, there could be a tossback, a break, and this DK will look very fragile. So big damage increase coming out from Mickey. Gaming have to be positioned down here. They have to be ready for the Roche spawn. Trying to get ward control.
They absolutely want to contest this. Liquid.
They're sneaking in. They've got the vision.
And
they see
the opening. The avalanche toss combo straight away, bringing him down to about 10% HP here almost on the puck. Quinn, he's got to get out. He's dead. But Boxy's in with a punch up. Quinn's out of the fight. Celery, he'll try for the TP out. They got anywhere to stop it. They don't. So Celery will live, but that's Quinn out for a full minute.
It's no hesitation. The second they put the ward down, it's an instant jump. They got dropped, what? It was like 10% HP just from the combo from Nisha. There's no way that Gaming can react in time. That Roche, 15 seconds, but they'll have more than enough time to get it.
And we're seeing multiple times as well, Boxy, with the blink, he's now
so quick.
More than ready to catch Quinn after he's tried to jaunt out with the Illusory Orb. It's always there with a follow-up, Boxy.
Yeah, and even though Quinn, he does have like Defiant Shell and all this little bit of extra armor and stuff, he is still just very burstable from all this damage that Liquid has at this point.
Yeah, massive amounts being done by that the Nature's Wrath from Mickey. As the farm continues, as he's ready now to swing over towards that Roche pit. I'll pick up another Aegis here.
Just realized Mickey's just 0, 2, and 12. He's just the assist king this game with those Wrath of Natures.
Yeah, the highest kills they have right now. It's all on Boxy.
It's all on Boxy.
He's got 7 kills right now, 7, 2, and 6 on his tusk.
Him and Nisha have really just putting a hurt onto Quinn. This game in particular, it's every single time Quinn showed, they double jump him and he's either dead or put in a position where he just can't really fight afterwards. The fact that Nisha got Nemesis Curse also does make it a lot harder for Quinn to survive that huge burst damage that comes out. They do have Duracho with this data list, but it's no defensive items really for him whatsoever.
I like it though. It's all in on the damage.
He has to go all in.
All in on the damage here for Duracho.
It is really a 4 protect 1 in the utmost, so he needs to just go all in on this. And this next fight, it's probably the most important one for them.
Yeah, if he gets to freely attack, you cannot underestimate how much this dragon is going to hit hard.
And they have the buff ups, right? I believe Tofu did finish a Flads as well. They had the Solar Crest from the last fight too, so just throw everything onto him and hope for the best.
See what they can get. This is going to be into 33's Aegis.
And 33 with that Bloodstone that was finished up on top of the other items that he's got now. He is even tankier, and there is a double save as well too, so they need to find the back line. They need to do some crazy type of simultaneous initiation.
Let's see how prepared Liquid's for this, because Liquid's going to know that their creeps are pushing all the way up to Gaming Gladiators base, and Gaming Gladiators, they're not doing anything about it, so Liquid, they'll know that they're out on the map.
They got the scan. Oh, puts him on the cliff.
Indeed, okay. He's going to get dragged back down though, Boxy, having to make sure that 33 doesn't get stuck in any awkward spots there on the cliff.
Nick is taking the base.
He's just got to put the Stampede. They've got to try and get out of this because Quinn, he's been caught by the initial combo. Tofu does have the potential of the Song, if required, to get Quinn out of this.
He's caught by the stun.
I mean, the Snowball's going to catch onto him. The Song comes out. It's going to be enough to allow time for Quinn to get away from this. Yeah, he's out with the blink. Tofu coming in clutch with the save, but indeed at the same time in the base. What happened, Fog?
He took the racks. I mean, he got caught because of the Invis DK sneaking around, but he got the objective, so well worth it for him to be able to get that racks.
Dracho in the mid. He wants to try and finish this job off. Quinn, it's a big coil. Nisha has to put the BKB and run. He's too low to want to stick around for this one.
Liquid gonna look to reset for those 60 seconds. Gaimin can't quite take advantage after getting this kill on the Nature's Prophet. Yeah, losing another set of racks when you're at this deficit is painful.
Yeah, the rack potential as strong as ever.
Always.
With this Nature's Prophet, especially with the amount of farm that Mickey has. They'll certainly be looking for that sort of play again, and respect Gaming Gladiators. They've got to be prepared for it. And
there's only one more.
Can be something that works in their favor. If they can set up a successful trap for the Nature's Prophet, it could be the beginning of Mickey's demise.
I don't think Mick is going to go for some type of play. I think now it's like he's going to join his team and look to go for the press because there's only one lane remaining. He doesn't need to take that type of crazy risk. That one was just, he tried to seize an opportunity because he saw a couple people. It was just a nice move from Dyrachyo to catch him off guard there. But Liquid, I imagine when he respawns, they're just going to look to group. And we'll see how Gaming can fight back for it. Dyrachyo's damage is definitely there if he's able to get these attacks off. New neutral items soon too would be quite nice for him. I know the Craggy gives him some defensive capability, but we all want just full out aggression for Dyrachyo.
Yeah, going to go straight for that Axe. Yep. To the Silver Edge, and now over towards the Tormentor. They'll be able to take this one. The smoke comes out from Liquid. They want to make the most out of these final couple of minutes of 33's Aegis.
2 minutes remaining on it. Quinn has to be careful of his positioning. So much burst damage if they see him.
See how quick his reactions are if they do get the chance to jump him. And Quinn, he's not going to play to take any chances. He's back to base.
Mickey joining the squad. They're smoked up.
Creeps are being cut at the moment in the mid lane, but the top lane pushing in. Nisha or Boxy both ready for potential initiation. It's just going to be the illusion for now, baiting some of the action.
Smoke didn't break.
Could look to go again around the mid, but Gaming Gladiators likely to sit a safe space away from Liquid here. Nobody wants to get caught by the jump of Nisha.
33's gone for Greaves of his own. I mean, that's very interesting. Just extra little aura. Drinking buddies.
Quinn's going to try and jump in with the waning wrist onto the three of them. Ace tries to come with the follow-up, but the Avalanche trips him off. The Dream Core's down, but the BKB's popped by Mickey. Back off for now here, Liquid.
33, standing his ground.
They continue just to be this sort of impenetrable brick wall between Liquid and Gaming Gladiators.
And they did get the tower. Did get whittled down from these constant hits from the tree and from those tosses. Does eventually die. DK form was used as well too, so there will perhaps be a little bit of a window if Liquid wants to siege once that DK form goes down.
And we'll see how strong they feel with the last seconds or so of this Aegis.
Dyrachyo.
He's going to try and start the action in Turai and see if they can take down 33 quickly. 33's dragged out to the side. Disruption comes out. They're going to be able to keep 33's first life alive a little bit longer as 33's able to back away. In fact, now he's ready to aggressively move it. He pops the Bloodstone. He heals incredibly up. As Celery's been burst down, has to buy back here on the Enchantress.
And Boxy's still alive.
And they've still got 20 seconds on 33's Aegis. They get another stun connection on towards 33. Can they even finish him off the once? The snowball comes in from Boxy. Punch him as well. The song comes in from Tofu. Tries to get Gaming Gladiators back to a safe spot. Quinn's able to jump away here. Tofu bailing the team out. Taken away from him. So 33 will get tossed back to safety. Liquid, they'll pull back with the Aegis expiring.
How is Boxy living all these moves? He kept himself at, what, 10% HP, it felt like, for 30 seconds. That was a lot used there from Gaimin. 10 seconds, so DK form, 33.
With the opening. They don't quite have the damage though, and again, the disruption saves there from Insania. Ace is caught on the front, they're bursting through the Centaur incredibly quickly. Ace is gone, and he doesn't have buyback.
The saves every single time. One final racks remaining. Ace down for 60, Gaimin. Can they continue holding on? Liquid, they'll back up and reset off of that.
They will. I think a little bit of a sigh of relief there for Gaming Gladiators in a situation where they don't have their Centaur Ace for 50 seconds. Liquid are going to actually pull back away from them and not try and continue the push quite now.
So many of these fights, Gaming's just getting caught from what? I think it was a 3-man Ava toss there, and then a Wrath of Nature comes through, and multiple heroes are just at sub 50% HP. It's scary for them to commit afterwards. And these two supports on Liquid, they have to be addressed. Somehow they have to start getting like extra silences or something because the saves, they're perfect. The disruptions are coming out almost instantly. The drinking buddy snowballs, etc. It's there just too fast. Gaimin have to try to stop this.
I mean, on paper, you've got to imagine it's Quinn on the puck that's got to find the position to disrupt the disruptions effectively, put a stop to these sort of players coming in from the back lines.
Dyrachyo has found another damage item, so Mindbreaker from that neutral item, of course, and he has the Aghanims finished up, so a bit stronger and almost 25. Quinn as well has kicked up the pressure. Parazma is finished with a Mindbreaker of his own. So maybe like even these little silences or something that he can do with these extra attacks could be a little bit of an X-Factor difference maker. Still very difficult for Gaimin. They can't get through these tanky cores with these double saves.
And Liquid, really, with how long they were able to get the action going throughout the end of that Aegis, it's getting close to the time where we will see Roshan pop up once more. And Liquid, with this sort of a lead, maybe not too much of a reason to take too many risks. So
I think they'll wait for that, Rosh.
I think so too.
Duracho trying to do some sneaky plays here, but he's
got eyes on him. He's going to get the jump. 36 coming in with the sound. Duracho's able to bail up to the high ground. Gaming Gladiators do split Liquid relatively apart. They fully commit over towards Insania, but he's able to get the self-disruption off. Nisha, eyes over towards Tofu. They've been able to burst through the two supports. This is the sort of fight the Gaming Gladiators need in terms of the start of it. Can they get the cores? They'll look towards Nisha. Nisha with the BKB TP out. They've got nothing to stop it. He'll get away, but the song's up to put a stop to the escape of Mickey as Gaming Gladiators surround the Nature's Prophet. There's no save left for Mickey as Gladiators hit back hard.
Duracho with the sneaky play, just playing around. He looks like he's, I mean, it's like a typical Duracho. Hey guys, we got him.
That was a good bait.
He's got the whole team with him.
And now they could try for a bit of a push themselves. I mean, with this, it is 80 seconds, no Mickey.
That is very true. He does not have that buyback. Not yet, 500 gold away. He probably doesn't want to use it anyway. They've got the glyph. We'll be able to stall things out a bit here.
It is okay, still 1 minute and 45 seconds for the Roshan. So when he's back in, Liquid will have the full lineup back in force.
That could have been a pretty crucial moment. If it was one of those instant spawns, Gaming could have potentially
check this out again. I mean, you're absolutely right. Duracho, he just kind of go for the bait play here, and Liquid, they kind of take the bait.
And they took the fight too. I was watching Mickey attempting for some split push potentially. It seemed like sending his trade, but he made the call to join. So they thought that they could probably take this fight, but overall, positioning from Gaming was a bit too superior with that song that isolates Mickey afterwards. And the damage from Duracho, it's getting pretty scary.
And Mickey, and that BKB just not lasting quite long enough to allow him the safety to escape. Comes to an end, and Tofu's got the answer.
1 minute till the rush. They're going to check it out. They wish it was up immediately. 20 seconds, Mickey. Liquid still got to make the smoke out. They don't have the same information, so they've got to at least get something. They've got to poke their face there to see. AC was finished for Nisha.
I may have the net worth lead, but Gaming Gladiators certainly have the position advantage here.
Duracho.
He's going to find 33 to start things off. He's going to try and over the play. There'll be the avalanche that trips up Quinn straight away. Quinn, he's got to be careful. Burst down about a third of the HP. Back up comes in from AC straight over towards Insania. The coil's there. Quinn, he's been able to isolate the two supports on the back. They're taking down Insania. Boxy getting low. Get another snowball off though, Boxy. And finished off Tofu. Buyback comes in from Quinn. Snowball over towards Celery, but Boxy had to blink out. Still alive somehow on this task. 33 pots the BKB. Tries to reform. It's actually blocked 33 off it inadvertently there with the Sprout. Goes for Duracho, but Duracho is able to get over this sort of area of the map that Liquid, they can't traverse quite as easily.
He's
breaking away from them, but they've got the chase down. They've got another set of catch with the Sprout, and Mickey bringing in the damage. Liquid, they push for the fight. They get the combo onto Quinn. He's run out of orbs to jump to. He's got it back up in a second, but the crit comes in there hard from Nisha. Quinn, it's a die back on him. Liquid, they push for the fight. They take it, and they're straight into the Roche pit.
Nobody else is doing damage but Duracho. At some point, he just can't do it on his own. These 3 tanky cores, they sustain through all of it. With that buyback coming in, Quinn actually buys back, TPs to the top outpost, and goes through the Twin Gate to try to get involved because he got picked off very early on there. This avalanche from Nisha was absolutely absurd. It kind of read the play and broke that initial go that Gaming wanted to get to try to pop Duracho. And there you see Quinn does get punched up and brought down, so they have that number advantage for good amount of time in this fight.
Times in this game, we're seeing Boxy just living on a slither of health.
Unbelievable
and getting to play out multiple sets of his abilities. And this gives them the chance for Liquid to re-engage. And at this part of the fight, you know, Quinn, as you say, buying back, it's just not enough to shift the tides of the team fight.
No, it takes him too long to get there because it's not like it's his outpost bottom. He has a TP top, go through a Twin Gate. Took him an extra 15 seconds or so to re-get inside that fight. And now Mega's been claimed. Liquid, they have 45 seconds.
They're pushing on. The fortification comes out. 40 seconds in which Gaming Gladiators are going to have to try and defend without Quinn. Ace looking for the lead, but he gets caught immediately by the avalanche. Bounces away the Imbecile Tone. The Stampede's there to get back, but the tier 4s are falling. Liquid, they're onto the edge. Gaming Gladiators have got anything to stop this. They do not. GG's going to be called. Liquid take game 2.
They are playing so aggressive from the early game to the mid game. They're just very confident in the way they're playing and have to give tons of commands. I mean, the Boxy Tusk is just unbelievable. How many times is he living on slivers of HP? But at the end there, these avalanches from Nisha, he's reading the moments that they want to capitalize on getting these type of chain stuns to bring down this Bristleback, but he has that coverage kind of perfectly, especially in that last crucial fight.
And doing it in sort of two incredible fashions so far as well, this best of five. The first game coming in with quite the turnaround. This game, getting that lead and holding it and making sure that they don't make mistakes, don't let it slip away from them. A couple of times, Gaming Gladiators, they did come back with a pretty decent pushback, but it was never enough to slow Liquid down. And as you say, that kind of drawing to some of these heroes that you're getting through, like the support picks, I can't imagine we're going to see the Shadow Demon Tusk duo get through.
There's no way you can give them both, and probably at least not that Tusk, because Boxy out of control.
Well, there we go. So far, ladies and gentlemen, crazy stuff from Team Liquid here in this best of five. They are 2 games up, 1 game away from claiming the championship title against Gaming Gladiators. Can Gaming Gladiators turn this one around? It's going to be tough. 2-0 at the moment for Team Liquid.
Oh, how the tables have turned. It was just about a month ago in this grand finals duo. These 2 teams were up against each other in a best of 5, and it was Gaming Gladiators that was up 2 games in a grand finals, and they made it look easy. I will say this is a very competitive final so far because Gaming Gladiators is putting up one heck of a fight. But Team Liquid doing it here again in game 2, now on match point in this best of 5. Before we get to game 3, there's so much to talk about, and I think there's one thing I just like to highlight. I think sometimes when we see patch notes, Lacoste, and we see a hero having +1 armor, and everybody's like, yeah, sure, whatever. I think Boxy just proved how important just one different in stat can make. How did he live so frequently, such sliver of HP?
Yeah, Boxy definitely a professional e-gamer that reads patch notes. This guy is playing out of his freaking mind. I did praise him before this game. I've been praising him throughout the whole year. Definitely deserves a praise. And with drinking buddies, or should we call it skull buddies, because he's pulling them out of so many troubles. I gotta point out the support duo, Insania and Boxy, playing the same heroes twice in a row, having Shadow Demon, having Tusk as well. You have this break mechanic, but it's gonna be nullified by both Disruption and the Snowball, so you're not gonna get the full value. One of the reasons why 33 was playing so aggressive into them.
Yeah, and those 2 supports, they went for Blink Dagger so early on. You had these double blinks in a game where Gaimin were already on the back foot, making it so that any move that